Welcome to Seneca Indians Football, live on KNEO.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show of the Seneca Indians. This is your home for every sack, interception, and touchdown. Now let's join Seth Wilson, Ben Walcott, and Daryl Harbaugh live on location.
And welcome to Seneca Indian Football here on a Friday night. We're in Carl Junction, Missouri, where the Indians are getting ready to take on the Bulldogs for Week 6 action here this evening. Seneca comes in with a record of 5-0 after defeating Aurora last week by a score of 56-14. Carl Junction comes with a record of 4-1. We've got a lot of information to cover about Carl Junction because this is an opponent Seneca hasn't played since 2015. But Carl Junction with that 4-1 record, losing in the opening week to Capital City 45-7, and then coming into the game with a 4-game winning streak, having defeated Heritage out of Rogers, Arkansas 25-13, shutting out Marshfield in week 3 36-0, defeating Logan Rogersville 38-13, and last week defeating Hillcrest by a score of 42-13. But we've got a lot to go through tonight in our pregame show. Again, these two teams haven't faced off since 2015. It's been a lot of fun the first few weeks. Lots of running clock games been in the second half for Seneca, but CJ comes in ranked in Class 4. Should be a lot of fun between these two state-ranked teams.
Yeah, I mean, this is the third state-ranked team that Seneca has faced in the first 6 weeks. You think about Mount Vernon. They were ranked number 5, I think, when Seneca faced them. Nevada was ranked somewhere around 8th or 9th when Seneca played them. And now CJ here, and it's just getting you ready to get for that district, and then obviously the ultimate goal of getting towards the state championship.
When you talk about the district play, a lot of bonus points here the last few weeks for Seneca. They opened they opened this season not getting any bonus points there first 2 weeks, but then they had Nevada bonus points, Monette bonus points. Tonight they're going to get bonus points. So, and then next week they'll also get bonus points playing against McDonald County as well. So a lot of extra incentive to win these games. Not only you're getting the bonus points, but if you can win these games, it gives you even a bigger higher seeding because your opponent's win-loss record. Yeah,
and I mean right now you look at the district, the next closest team has 2 losses in Reed Spring and Forsyth, and they both each have either Fairgrove or Stratford, if not both of them, still on their schedule. So probably the second-place team in the district is probably going to end up with 3 or 4 losses, which gives Seneca a little bit of wiggle room.
And we're joined by Daryl Harbaugh. He's on the far sideline. He might go in and out a little bit tonight. It's a little bit further of a distance. It doesn't seem like it is. It shouldn't be any further of a distance, but he's over there on the far sideline. And Coach, these two teams have met off and on, according to my research, for over 100 years, dating back to 1922. They missed the 4 years you played whenever you were in high school, but picked back up again in the fall of 1979. What are some things that stood out to you between these two schools whenever you coached against the Bulldogs, whenever you were on the sidelines?
Well, the thing about it is CJ was not much bigger than Seneca, if any, hardly at all. I think we were in the same group for a long time. And then all of a sudden the housing development started over here just on the northwest side of Joplin and got into CJ District. And their school enrollment just exploded. So they were always bigger than Seneca. And like they say, they're 4A now. But we've always had some good tussles and some good battles with CJ over the years.
And we'll get into some of those battles. They've had some high-scoring affairs. The most recent one was in 2015. I believe it was 63-28 was the final score in favor of CJ. I believe that was when Coach Buckmaster was there, who went on. I think last season was at Wyandotte. Is he still at Wyandotte, Ben? You might be able to help me out on that.
Yeah,
one.
he's still at Wyandotte. Yeah, and those years, right through there, I mean, they jumped and went to the COC. They had some very good talent in Carl Junction. They did, but they were 4A, but the same thing. But the problem was Webb was also 4A, so they always ran into a tough battle with them and had some good teams, very good football games with Webb.
One of my first memories of moving to Southwest Missouri was coming to a Carl Junction Bulldog game. I believe they were playing Harrisonville, and that was a different atmosphere coming to Southwest Missouri and seeing how things transpired on the sidelines on Friday night. A lot of intensity, a lot of good competitiveness, a lot of big players too. Because looking at the roster for CJ tonight, number 74 listed at 6'6", 305. We've seen some talent like that, but they have a lot of those guys across the line that can play. We're going to take a quick break. We come back, we'll have more pregame show for you. Your countdown to kickoff sponsors: People's Make of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
And welcome back into the pregame show here in Carl Junction, Missouri. Let's recap last week's game. Seneca came out ready to play against Aurora. As Coach Hilburn mentioned after the game, Aurora came out in a front that they had not shown the entire season on the defensive side of the football. The Indians' front line had to adjust on the fly. Once they were able to kind of make those adjustments and get downfield, they really never looked back. They were able to score first, and then the Indians recovered a fumble that the Hound Dogs put on the ground very first snap for their drive, and the Indians went right back to work. I believe it was like a 27 yards out. They scored quickly again, making it 14-0. At one point, it was 21-0. Aurora did find success on a 42-yard pass play that set them up shop. It took them another 4 or 5 plays just to punch it in from about 13 yards out. But able to make it 21-7 with about 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half. Both sides of the ball went to work for the Indians. They scored efficiently through the air, and the defense came up with quick stops because Aurora tried to go to their passing game a little bit more. By half, in that 6-minute span, it went from 21-7 to 49-7 in favor of the Indians for the halftime score. The defense stood strong in the second half to start things out because Aurora did receive the second half kickoff. And then one play later, Probert scampered 70 yards for a touchdown to make it 56-7. And a late touchdown was added by the Hound Dogs against Seneca's 2s and 3s to make it 56-14. Ben, one thing that seems to catch the Indians off guard is opposing defenses coming out in a front that Seneca hasn't seen on film. Mount Vernon did that, forcing the Indians in a 3-and-out. Monette and Aurora both did that. Didn't have a whole lot of success, but they did. The Indians had to make adjustments on the fly. I guess we've talked about this week in and week out. How do you kind of slow down the Indians' offense? I guess it's the element of surprise at this point. That's what coaches are hoping to find to be able to stop Seneca's run game. What has been the most impressive part of watching this team on offense through week 5?
Just all the different runners. It's not, if we shut down this one guy, we're going to have success. You shut down one, guess what? You got 3, maybe 4 other guys that you have to try and stop. So I think it's just the depth of this Seneca team. You have Klaus, he's a quarterback. He also can run the ball. You have Probert, he's a quarterback. He also can run the ball. And then you have your bell cow, Roman Miller. And Roman had over 100 yards last week, but otherwise it seems like after week 2 he's been pretty quiet. So I expect from a big game from him tonight.
Well, and honestly, the last 3 weeks they haven't had to go to Miller a whole lot. And that week 3 game, I believe it was, we had 3 100-yard rushers. And so when you're distributing the ball evenly like that and averaging so many yards per game on the ground, you don't have to have one guy be the guy. I mean, if the offensive line's doing their job, anybody can be the guy any night of the week, any Friday night. Yeah,
and one thing to understand is when you're coaching, defense is the one thing that you can adjust through the week to accommodate or try to stop the other team's offense. It's a defense. You start trying to change a bunch of things on offense, and you get everybody mixed up. If you do the same thing on offense over and over and over, eventually get good at it. Practice your fundamentals, and that's what the offensive line does. Down, block, kick out, they know where to go.
Well, I hate to give credit to my mother-in-law, but it's weird to say that on a football Friday night, but she's had this philosophy. She stole it from Colonel Sanders. She said, do one thing and do it well. Back to Coach's philosophy on offense. Do one thing, do it well. You try to mix things up throughout the week. These are 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. Not only just trying to play football, they're trying to get good grades in school, be good citizens of the community. So they've got a lot of other things going on. You try to change up that offense a lot during the week. It's going to be difficult for them to piece it together to have success on a Friday night.
Well, you also talk about, Coach Hilburn has even talked about it a little bit in his coach's show, not tonight, but previous weeks. He goes, sometimes I have these play action passes and I want to use them, and maybe I get to them a little bit earlier than I should. And so, even he sees kind of like, hey, we're running the ball well. Why are we trying to do anything else?
And run the ball well. They have 400 yards per game on the ground.
That's
so
not
far.
Bad.
That's okay. There's room for improvement. We'd like to see 425, 450. They're doing a great job. And it starts up front. Those guys up front are doing a tremendous job for the Indians. You got Nolan Napier, Don Brown, Diego Amaya, Jace Renfro. and Lane Scribner and Brock Pendergraft, whoever's out there, they're doing a fantastic job finding the guys, making the adjustments on the fly, and opening holes big enough that you could drive a Mack truck through.
And I'll tell you another thing. You know, we talk about the bomb squad coming in all the time. They've got to go against them. The Seneca defensive coaches will put what they think the other team will come up, and they'll put up multiple fronts, blitzes, everything to try to screw up that offensive line. So they've pretty much seen just about everything they're going to see.
Go ahead, Ben.
The other thing is I mean, that's what Coach Hilburn talked about wanting to rely on, at least early in the year, is guess what? You had 6 or 7 guys that took snaps last year, and all of them were coming back. You know, there was an odd man out there at the beginning of the year, and it's kind of, you hate to say it this way, just due to some of the injuries, it's kind of worked itself out. But you had 6 or 7 guys that had significant playing time last year in the lead up to the state championship run. And so, you know, that's what you need to rely on, and that's what Seneca has relied on.
Well, the next man up mentality is what they've had on the offensive line for the last couple of years, and there's going to be some big holes to shoot. I mean, that's offseason. That's something they can worry about in the future. It'll take care of itself as the season plays out and we go into next year. Coach, defensively, the Indians' first string has only given up 4 scores the entire season. We've talked about the team's speed being a key to the Indians' dominance on defense. Let's talk about the front 4 for the Indians on defense. Dom Brown, Jace Renfro, Hagan Ginger, Nolan Napier, Connell Truelook coming in there. Scribner, we haven't seen Scribner since week 2, but he comes in and does a fantastic job. I had Commons in there from time to time. I don't want to leave anybody out.
Brock Pendergraft.
Pendergraft, yes, thank you. There's several guys that come in and make a key contribution, give some ideas to breather on the sideline. What have you seen from those guys up front, and what do they do to opposing offenses to have the success that they've had?
What I see is them guys up front being very disciplined of what they're supposed to do. I know when he was at Nevada, I made the statement. It looks like Hagan is just staying outside and that's his job. Well, guess what? When I talked to Hagan later on, he goes, "Yeah, that's what I was supposed to do. I'm supposed to string it out and I'm supposed to let our speed attack." That's what we do. They are very disciplined at what they do. They're seniors, senior leadership, and they're very disciplined at everything that they do.
Well, and I'm not sure if we got into it with the coaches show or just me and Coach Hilburn talking after we got done with the coaches show this week, but assignment football is very critical. Whenever you have players that are wanting to buy in the culture, they trust their coaches. I believe Kai Adams has said that. I believe Tyrone Harris has said that. Several different guys on the defensive side of the football have said, I just trust my coaches. I know they're going to put me where I need to be at, and I just got to make plays whenever it's my time to make the play. Assignment football is what it's all about when it comes to the defensive side of the field.
Yeah, I think Coach Crane and his staff on the defensive side do a very good job breaking down film and making sure that the defense knows, the defensive line, the linebackers, the safeties, the cornerback, they understand exactly what their job is on the field, alignment and assignment. And when you get a chance to make a play, you got to make a tackle, especially in open field. It may be a rough one tonight because they've got a lot of speed over there on CJ.
We're going to take a break here. Back by no demand whatsoever. We have the senior spotlights coming back to 60 seconds with the Seneca Senior. We'll have one of those. We have 3 of them tonight for you. We have one of them tonight after this break. We'll be back with a Countdown to Kickoff show sponsored by People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy right after this.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Here with Nolan Napier for the 60 seconds with a Seneca Senior. Number 1 question, what's your most favorite sport other than football?
Definitely wrestling.
What position would you like to play if you didn't play the position you play now, and why?
Probably running back. So Roman doesn't do this, but so I could yell at the line instead of getting yelled at.
What's your favorite food?
Mexican.
What's your favorite hobby?
Probably just playing sports.
Who's your favorite sports team?
The Chiefs.
And who's your favorite athlete?
Lincoln Renfro or Brady Roark.
What's your favorite subject of school?
Anatomy.
And what is your plans after high school?
I'm going to go to college and try to do like physical therapy.
And who's your biggest role model?
Probably my dad. He's always been there, and he's really involved in the community and always showing me the right thing to do.
What's your dream vehicle?
Have you seen Hagen's camo Jeep? That's probably it.
And what do you listen to pregame, or do you listen to music pregame?
I'm a big rock and roll guy before games.
All right, that's been 60 seconds with Nolan Napier.
2.
And welcome back to Bulldogs Stadium here in Carl Junction, Missouri. We're less than 30 minutes away from kickoff between the Indians and the Bulldogs. You just heard the senior spotlight, Seneca, 60 seconds with the Seneca senior, Nolan Napier, had some pretty good answers in there for you. So I certainly do wish him the best of luck after his senior year is over with. Now back to the game tonight. We have the Southwest shout-out. We started this year. We've gone through the softball team. We've gone through the youth football program. We've gone through district pairings. We've gone through state rankings. We gave a shout out to Neosho football. The only reason why we did that is because we don't play them, but we did want to recognize they had a good start. They started out 4-0. They did lose last week to Webb City. This week, we're going to go back to Seneca. The Seneca Indian cheerleaders. Last weekend in Kansas City, they were the Class 3A large regional champs. They'll be going for their 5th state championship in a row on November 2nd, which would be also their 11th state title in all.
Sounds like that's not bad.
That's not too shabby. Last year we had a lot of success. Our marching band state champs, our cheerleaders state champs, and our football team went to the state championship game. So a lot of success for the Indians during the fall activities last year. They are coached by Anita Haynes, composed of Addie Jones, Alexa McDade, Audra Harrison, Chloe Arwood, Chloe Darnell, Ellie Olson, Hadley Hilburn, Hallie Garrett, Isabella Langford, J.C. Stevens, J.C. Bard, Jolie King, Cordelia Hancock, Kenley Laughlin, Maddie Allman, Mina Merriman, Peyton Testerman, and Riley Hamilton. So we certainly want to congratulate the Seneca Indian cheerleading team and wish them the best of luck coming up in November 2nd, just less than a month from now, as they go for their 5th state championship in a row. That is amazing. 4-peat's great. I mean, Michael Jordan, what do you have? 2 3-peats during his career, a 5-peat. They're going for a 5-peat.
I mean, you look at Webb City and some of their stuff. I mean, you got kids that go through high school without losing a state championship, without losing a district championship. It's just something that's become expected, and Seneca is becoming that way in cheerleading. Going for a 5-peat, there are some cheerleaders that if they succeed, they will have not lost a state championship.
Well, and this will be our second class of seniors that have won a state championship every single year that have competed for the cheerleading squad. Coach, any thoughts over there? You've kind of made your way over to this far sideline, but those cheerleaders they were flying around pregame last week. They had a beautiful backdrop, the sunset behind them at Aurora, and they were flying. We were right there, our stands, our press boxes right there on top of the cheerleaders as far as being close proximity and seeing whatever they are able to do, because usually they're on one end zone or the other. We can't. My goodness, those girls are athletic. The way they're flying around and just trust each other, it's amazing to see them do what they do.
I don't know. Yeah, they're Katya. Absolutely. They're athletic. They work hard at it. I mean, they like doing it. They work hard at doing what they do, and they try to be the best they can, and they're representing the school very well. A good group of girls and high expectations, but I think that's what they want.
That's what Coach, as I say, Coach Haynes, that's what she expects. She expects top-level people whenever it comes to getting the job done, and that's what she does. Just like with Coach Hilburn on the football sidelines, expects top-notch people. I saw a thing this last week of the UConn head basketball coach, Bobby Hurley. He expects people to be passionate about what they're about, and if you're not going to be passionate, get away from them. Coach Haynes over there, I know she's passionate about cheerleading and what she does. Coach Hilburn, very passionate about football and what he does. So definitely we have some great group of leaders around us, and they've got great kids to work with for sure. And a 5-peat is just amazing. So congratulations to those girls, and we wish them best of the luck November 2nd. Let's go Seneca by the numbers. 2,337 total yards, 67 passing yards per game. I said 1,998 rushing yards per game. I don't think that's possible. Let's just say they're at 1,998 rushing yards on the season, and they have forced 13 turnovers so far this season. We're going to take another break. We come back. We'll have the second 60 seconds with a Seneca senior right after this.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
We're here with Ryan Owens, and it's time for 60 seconds with a Seneca senior. First question, what's your most favorite sport other than football?
Probably have to go with baseball.
And what position would you like to play in the football field? other than the position you play now, and why?
Probably running back and just run some dudes over.
All right, what's your favorite food?
Probably Mexican food.
And what's your favorite hobby?
I just hang out with my best friends.
And who's your favorite sports team, college or pro?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Saquon Barkley.
What's your favorite subject in school?
Probably like science.
And what are your plans after high school?
Serve a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
And who's your biggest role model?
Probably my dad.
What's your dream vehicle?
Like a Lamborghini or some sort of supercar.
And what do you listen to pregame, or do you listen to any music pregame?
I listen to rap.
All right, that's been 60 Seconds with Ryan Owens. And welcome back to Carl Junction, Missouri, as we are 25 minutes away from kickoff here this evening. It's time for the Blast from the Past. Now, this one's not a long one because there's not a whole lot of stuff that I could really dig up for the Seneca Indian football team. Last week, with the team from 1971, I could find a little bit of information about that. We're going to go back to the team of 1922. 1922, Seneca had a football team. They finished that year 5-3-1. They opened the season against Carl Junction on September 29th. They had a late start to their season. They won that game 6-0. They lost to Wheaton and Joplin, lost to Wheaton 31-0, and then lost to Joplin, unfortunately, 77-0 in that game. Then they defeated Sarcoxy 18-0, Carterville 50-0, Fairview 26-0, Wyandotte 14-0, and then they wrapped up their season again playing Carl Junction and tying with them 0 apiece. They finished the regular season. They finished the regular season losing to Webb City by a score of 36-6. Now, a lot of people have asked me how far back have you been able to find any record of the Seneca Indian football team? Doing some research, I found a score from 1902. Seneca played Neosho in 1902. That's been a couple days ago, a little bit before Coach Harbaugh's time even, surprisingly. But 1902 was the first record I have found so far of Seneca playing in a football game, Seneca High School.
I think I was the ball boy on that team there, Seth.
So just about 122-year history of Seneca football for sure. I mean, obviously Carl Junction's got 100 years of football because Seneca played them in 1922. But we want to salute that 1922 team from Seneca, another great team in Seneca's history of tradition, pride, and class. We'll have the coaches show for you right after this.
Some things we like to keep to ourselves.
This recipe is delicious.
Thank you.
You've got to share it with me.
Well, it's kind of a family recipe.
But I'm practically family.
It's kind of hard to remember all the ingredients.
But isn't it all on this card?
Oh, so it is.
Billy Graham reminds us that when Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, you have an obligation to share the good news you've found.
Today's world is said to be multiplying crisis all around us. But we must never forget that for the gospel, each crisis is an opportunity to proclaim Christ. So it is important that we speak and act in hope.
Are you ready to deepen your faith in Jesus and share it with others? Go to findpeacewithgod.net, then click where it says Grow in Your Christian Faith. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
It's time for the Cody Hoburn Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Prater's Pharmacy and New Mac Electric. Now here's Seth Wilson and head coach Cody Hoburn.
Defensively, you guys only gave up one touchdown with your first stringers on Friday night. I'm told your team's giving up 11 points per game. However, only about 4 touchdowns the whole entire season have been given up by your first stringer, so roughly 5 points per game by your first string. Where does the team get disciplined for them to have success on Friday night that they have on that side of the ball?
Yeah, it starts with Coach Crane and our defensive staff, all the work they do on the weekend to get our kids ready and build a game plan. But then they just understand the process to how we have to build throughout the week, starting with Monday all the way through. And we always talk about how do you gain an edge, because every team's practicing, every team's doing the same stuff throughout the week, but how do you gain an edge? And we do that through film work and all the extra stuff that gets put in throughout the week.
Last week after the game, you spoke about how intense your practices are on Tuesday and Wednesday. I've heard a lot of other teams not going as hard during the week, during the season, during their game weeks, just to kind of lighten the load on their players. But I think the method kind of speaks for itself. You guys have had a lot of success. Take us through those midweek practices. Is it a lot of conditioning, a lot of hard hitting? What makes them so intense to prepare you guys for Friday night?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. When we bring our kids back in on Monday, Monday's a we kind of build the game plan. We get our scouting report in, and we make some corrections from the week before, and then we get out. And Monday is a big conditioning day for us. We get our base game plan in, and then we call it Mile Monday, and our varsity kids do 100-yard striders. They do 16 of them. And I remember my first year here, the kids looked at me like I was crazy, and we had kids throwing up, and it's still not fun. But our kids do a really good job with that, and they understand that's important to getting their lungs back and getting their legs back before we get into our true work days, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays. And Tuesdays and Thursdays, we crank it up. We get the music popping out there, and our kids understand those have to be fast and physical days. And we call Tuesday an attitude and effort day. We're going to make a ton of mistakes on Tuesdays, but they can control their attitude and effort on a Tuesday. And our attitude and effort has to be right so we can get the correct look at it to make corrections for Wednesday. And then Wednesday, we throw on the full pads, and we have a live day on Wednesday. And we do that so hopefully the speed of the game, it doesn't take us a quarter to catch up to it on Friday night. And so, yeah, I'm holding my breath a lot of days because it gets extremely physical, and our kids get after each other. But I think that's what helps us gain our edge on Friday night.
Offensively, the aerial attack was on display, and it was efficient. Klaus was 6 of 7. Probert was 1 of 1. Ball distributed amongst 4 different receivers. You said after the game, just kind of taking what the defense gives you. 2 questions with this one. One, a lot of teams are so focused on the run to stop you guys. What does that do for the opposing defensive coordinators now, knowing that you guys can pass with efficiency? And 2, what kind of confidence does that give your players having some big connections and being efficient in the passing game?
Yep, obviously we want to run the football. That's who we are, but we're not going to force it. And really, it's a numbers game for us. We look and see if the numbers are even. We like to run the ball. If they're going to get an extra hat in the box, we have to win one-on-ones, and we practice that a lot, guys. We carry, 5 probably regular play action plays that are always in our playbook, and then we put another 6, 7, 8 in each week that are specifically schemed to that opponent. And sometimes we never get to them, and a lot of times we never get to them, but they're there, and they're there for certain looks we get from the defense, and we always tell our kids those are one-time plays. We get one chance to hit them, and when we call them, we got to execute them.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
You guys traveled to Carl Junction for the first time since October 9th of 2015. The kids playing now for your basically 7, 8, 9-year-olds at the time. Has this week been similar to a playoff game, seeing as you haven't played this opponent in recent years?
Yeah, from a scheme standpoint, now being our 4th year, playing some of the opponents in our conference, we're able to pull from previous game plans, and this is a brand new team. However, being our 4th year, we can pull from other game plans, and what they do offensively is similar to some other teams we've played, so we're able to pull from those game plans and tweak it a little bit. But yeah, it's neat for our kids. This is a brand new opponent that we haven't got to play, and our kids are excited, and that we've explained to them kind of the conference history and how that used to be a rival game for us, and how things transpired with them leaving the conference. So we're excited to go to their place and play a football game.
Offensively, they've been putting up some impressive scores. They like to use motion, 2 running back, shotgun, pistol, whatever you have in the spread formation. They throw that out there. What are you guys preparing for to go up against on Friday night?
Well, they're really, really similar to us offensively. I think it's what they want to do. They're going to be in the shotgun and present some spread looks, but ultimately they want to run the football. And if you don't stop the run, they're never going to throw the football. And they're very big and physical up front, and they got 2 running backs that can get after it and stay healthy. And we got to be sound, for one, because they're well coached in their schemes, and anytime you're short a hat, it's a big explosive play. So we got to get lined up, and we got to execute, but ultimately we got to be able to tackle, and we got to get 11 halves to the football, because these guys are great at breaking tackles and they don't go down at first contact, and we better get 11 halves to the football.
Defensively, if you take out that first week one game against Capital City, they're averaging giving up just under 10 points per game, shutting out Marshfield in week 3. And you mentioned they're big up front. What are some things you're looking for them to have success against their defense?
Yeah, when you look at them on film, some of the first things we look for when game planning is we try to find certain personnel we want to go at. And when I turn them on film, I can't find that person. I don't think there's any holes in their defense. They're all athletic. They run well. They have depth. They roll kids in and don't get tired. So then you just look at, it turns to you. It's not so much about them. It's about us. And I feel like that's it all the time. We need to focus on ourselves and be able to execute. So it's a night that we're going to be challenged big time. We're going to be challenged up front, but it's coming at a point in the season that we need that. And our offense has had a ton of success so far, and we're going to be putting some tough spots on Friday night, and it'll be nice to see how our kids respond to some adversity.
You've been listening to the Cody Hoburn Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Prater's Pharmacy and New Mac Electric. We'll be back with more Indians football after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
People's Bank of Seneca is proud to support this portion of the game. They offer banking services including checking and savings accounts, CDs, and loans for individuals and businesses. They have locations in the Seneca and Joplin areas and are online at peoplesbankofseneca.com. People's Bank of Seneca, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
We're here with Dom Brown in 60 Seconds with the Seneca Senior. Number one question, what's your most favorite sport other than football?
Than football, I'd have to go with basketball. I've been playing it my whole life.
What position would you like to play in football other than the position you play now, and why would you like to play that?
Probably running back. I like to run over people.
What's your favorite food?
I'd have to go sushi.
And what's your favorite hobby?
Hunting, fishing.
Who's your favorite sports team, college or pro?
Chiefs for sure.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Patrick Mahomes.
What's your favorite subject in school?
I don't know if you consider it a subject, but lunch.
What are your plans after high school?
HVAC. I think I'm going to try to own my own business in HVAC.
Who's your biggest role model?
My grandpa for sure.
What's your dream vehicle?
2003 Cobra Terminator.
And what do you listen to pregame, or do you listen to any music before the game?
A lot of Metallica.
That's been 60 Seconds with Dom Brown.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
Have you heard of virtue signaling? It's when someone snaps a picture of themselves doing something that seems helpful or virtuous, but it's really just used to make them look good on social media.
Yes, I'm up to 500 likes.
You know, a lot of people think they might get into heaven by convincing God that they've done virtuous things. Billy Graham knew that plan would be futile.
The Bible plainly says you can't go to heaven by works.
So, how do you get to heaven? By asking Jesus Christ to forgive your sins and surrendering your life to Him.
That's why Christ went to the cross and paid the penalty and the price of my sins and gave to me eternal life. It is the Lord Jesus Christ's death on the cross and his resurrection that saves us from our sins.
We'd love to tell you more about God's plan for you and how you can have a personal relationship with his Son, Jesus Christ. Learn more at findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
And welcome back to Bulldog Stadium here in Carl Junction, Missouri, as we are 10 minutes away from the kickoff between the Indians and the Bulldogs. Tonight, Seneca on the road, a matchup that dates back to at least 1922, possibly even earlier. They've played each other 60 times, at least since 1922. Like I mentioned, there was periods where they had 7, 8, 9 years in a row where they didn't play each other. It's similar, like they just went through a dry spell from 2015 to 2024. Back in the 1970s, they didn't play at all until 1979. But anyway, Seneca holds the overall advantage against Carl Junction 38-20-2. In 2015, they left the Big 8 Conference to join the COC Conference. Now they've changed things up again this season with a new conference called the Ozark Mountain Conference. 8 seasons they spent in the tough COC Conference makes you battle-tested, going up against powerhouse schools year in and year out, Webb City, Joplin, Nixa, Republic, Ozark. It can do 2 things for your program. Number 1, it makes your preparation for Friday night each week important. You're used to getting that tough schedule. You're used to preparing for a tough opponent each and every Friday night. But it can also take your toll on those guys whenever if you're having a little bit of a down year. It can take a toll on your players year in and year out as well. The Bulldogs are coached by Todd Hafner. They've already increased their win total from just a year ago. They went 3-9 last year on the 2023 campaign, and they fell to Nevada last year 33-13 to end their season. But it should be noted too, Carl Junction went 1-8 during the regular season at COC play, and put 2 more wins on their record to open district play. Again, a nod to just how good the COC conference was and is. Seneca and Carl Junction last played in 2015, with Carl Junction winning 63-28. The last 4 contests between these two schools saw at least one team scoring over 50 points in each game. Carl Junction has also won the last 3 games between these two schools. That includes 2013 when Seneca went to the state championship game that year. Their offense is a power spread. They'll run shotgun. They'll run multiple formations out of that. They'll run pistol, offset pistol, bunch with the tight end, double wings, empty, Navy, split backs. They're not afraid to run any play in any direction, any down, any distance. For example, in week 2 against Heritage out of Arkansas, on a 4th down and 3 at their own 27, they went for it early in the game. So they're not afraid to go for it, even on their own with their backs against the wall. Ben CJ appears to be an established run football type of team. They pass out of the spread if necessary, but their main game is to use their backs to get behind those big offensive linemen and get lost in the backfield, so it makes trouble for your linebackers, etc., to find the runner. Seneca's defense is used to seeing a spread offense every day in practice. What does the defense need to focus on tonight to keep them from having success?
I think the big defensive linemen need to clog up the middle, take 2 blockers, and then that lets the linebackers scrape over the top and have a free rein. If they're going to do that, they're going to have success. If they're not going to do that, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, I got to be able to basically hold up those linemen, not let them get to that second level, that's for sure. They'll base out of a 3-2, Carl Junction will on defense, and they'll go to a bear front a lot of times out of that look, walking up 2 guys to the line of scrimmage, basically making it look like a 5-man front. Coach, they're so athletic in the secondary. They're big up front. Where does Seneca need to look to attack tonight against this defense?
Well, I'll answer this one, Coach. You were busy.
Well,
you got it. Okay.
What was it?
What does Seneca need to do to attack Carl Junction's defense tonight?
Oh, I tell you what, I honestly believe they got to get to run right at them, because they have speed going side. They're a lot like Seneca. They got speed, and if you can run right at them.
About every single player that crosses in front of your face, Coach, we lose every single word every single time there's a player crossing.
Yeah, it's tough to find a good spot that you can hear, but.
Yeah, so run right at them is your philosophy.
Yeah, because they have speed side to side just like we do, and it's going to be tough. If we can run right at them, it may be a long night for CJ.
This is Carl Junction's homecoming, so you know they're ready to play tonight. We're going to take a quick 60-second break. We come back, we'll have the coin toss for you and your keys to victory and keys to the game right after this.
There's an attempt by Satan today to spread rumors among Christians of the world, to take text out of context, to break up Christian friendships, to get Christians to accuse each other.
You've probably seen the kinds of problems Billy Graham just described. Maybe you've even been in the middle of some of them. As divisive as those problems can be, the Bible teaches that followers of Jesus Christ can rise above them.
Before Christ left, he had a last meeting with his disciples, and one of the things he said was this: "A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another."
That kind of love builds a strong bond between people who love Jesus but might not see eye to eye on everything else.
Let's take this Christian love that God has given us. Let's not let a few misunderstandings and differences divide us.
You can learn more about the unity and peace Jesus wants you to experience by visiting us online, findpeacewithgod.net. That is findpeacewithgod.net, and it's from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
And we welcome back to Bulldog Stadium here as we get to the keys to victory. Coach, we're going to start with you tonight since Ben always seems to take your answer. What do you have for keys to victory tonight for the Indians as you're down there talking to the coaches on the sideline?
Well, like I said, the keys to victory is always at the front, starts up front. Our senior offensive linemen have got to step forward today. We got to be able to run the football right at them to reduce their speed. But I'm telling you, we better be able to throw the ball over the top a couple times just to keep them honest.
All right, and Ben, what do you have for keys to victory tonight?
You may have to see a little bit of play-action pass here for the Indians tonight. If you're able to establish the run, that opens the play-action pass. We saw it last week against Aurora. If you can do that, it's going to be a long night for the Bulldogs.
And, Coach, we got you for your lineman up front, keys to victory, be able to run right at them. Now who do you have for your key players?
You're moving on.
Well, I know. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, we got Blaze Graham involved last week. Hit some pretty good passes. I think we need to get Harris involved in the passing game deep over the top.
Get Tyrone involved, yes. We just missed the connection to him, I believe, on a post route last week. Just unable to get there, and there's been a couple other times where the timing's just not been right. And so they did have the big connection, though, at Nevada on the halfback pass. So hopefully they're able to get something going with Tyrone tonight. And on the running game with him, too. He's been successful on the reverse and on the jet sweeps with Tyrone as well. Ben, what do you have for key players tonight?
I think you look at the defensive line. You look at Dom Brown, Nolan Napier, Brock Pendergraph. I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but
it's okay.
You're going to need them to have a big night, be able to hold up there in the middle, and then that allows the linebackers to scrape over the top. Last week CJ only was leading Hillcrest 14-13 at halftime. It eventually became a blowout, but if you're Seneca, another key is make sure, it's homecoming tonight. It's a very big crowd here in CJ. If you can take the crowd out of this game early, that's a pretty big key.
Captains tonight for Carl Junction, number 4, Tony Stewart, number 5, Brady Sponsel, and number 6, Jackson Wobkin, and number 17, their quarterback, Mason Gilbert. For the Seneca Indians, we have Nolan Napier, Hagen Ginger, Caden Klaus, and Ryan Owens as coaches down there with the coin toss. Mike Vining's our referee tonight.
Yeah, Mike Vining and his crew's here. He's done with the coaches, so he's talking to the players right now. Getting ready to flip the coin. I think Nolan Napier will call it heads or tails. I'll let you know as soon as I know.
Countdown to kickoff sponsors tonight, People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy.
Looks like they're just going over what the call is at the moment.
Trying to figure out which side of the coin we're.
I think Seneca has won the toss.
More than likely we'll be deferring to the second half.
Second half.
And they are. Seneca wearing their all-white uniforms tonight. They are deferring to the second half, so they have their white helmets, their white tops, their white pants with their red numbering. Carl Junction, they're all red uniforms with the white numbering and red helmets.
They have very similar colors, just like Park Hill Central when we played them last year. And it should be an easier night to try and see all the numbers.
Yeah, the numbers are a little bit bigger on Carl Junction's uniforms than what we saw the previous 2 weeks.
Aurora and
Monette, for sure.
Should be a fun one here tonight. If you're Seneca, you would love a 3-and-out to start the game. I don't think you really try and surprise them at all.
This is if I'm Carl Junction, you haven't seen them since 2015. I almost kind of think Coach Hafner will come out with a trick play first or second play of the game because it's homecoming night. You're trying to set the tone early. You're trying to get up early. It's a big game. These two teams haven't played each other since October 9th, 2015. You bet they're going to be ready to go. And, okay, we've had 8 years in the COC. Let's show you what we can do. Seneca, we've had some success in the Big 8 in the last 8 years as well. Going to state championship game last year, Big 8's very tough year in and year out. I mean, Mount Vernon went to state championship game in 2017. Monette, state champs in 2016. Lamar, multiple state championships during that time and runners-up. Seneca, runner-up last year. So we have some talent of our own in the Big 8 and the smaller school division of conference area conference.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the game tonight. Both these teams are basically trying to prove themselves and say, hey, we got the better conference.
Drew Sherwood's going to get his steps back deep to receive for Carl Junction. Number 2, Marcus Lopez Durman. And number 14, or I believe it is.
I think that's 14, Seth.
14 is Ryder Piles, a 5'11 senior. Lopez Durman is also their starting tailback for Carl Junction.
We're waiting to reset the clock. There you go.
They've got that. The referee's got to run off the field. Seneca going right to left across your radio dial.
If there was a radio.
If there is a radio. Unfortunately, we're not on the radio. Sherwood's got the go-ahead. We're still waiting for him. And it's going to be a low line drive kick that's going to be fielded at about the 13-yard line. Try and get back to the left side. He's got a little bit of an opening. He's going to be brought down immediately. First man there for the Indians, Blaze Graham, taking out the legs of Ryder Piles. First down and 10. Carl Junction at their own 17?
27.
27. We're on the far end. I got to get my numbers right here first thing.
Yeah, good job there by Graham and Probert of holding their lanes.
Receivers to each side, to the near side. The ball's on the right hash for Carl Junction. 2 running backs behind Gilbert. Now they're going to switch. A lot of motion they're going to have. Now they're going to go heavy on the near side. Tight end and a wing back. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper right up the middle. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards by the Indians. First man there coming up to make the play is Brody Probert. And it's going to be second down and 10. No gain on the play.
Ginger in there as well. Go ahead, Coach.
Well, I was going to say, we took care of both the dive back and the quarterback at that particular point in time. We just made a statement right there, boys.
Second down and 10 coming up for Carl Junction. Receivers now to the far side. Number 4 going out there, Stewart, and so is Wobkin. Pistol formation for Gilbert. Going to send Wobkin in motion. And it's going to be a passing play looking right over the middle. It's going to be called in as he had the inside leverage on the slant route. And Seneca's got to be able to get in front of that, get some press coverage on the outside. He's going to be short of the first down as he got up to about the 36-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and 1. So just a basic quick slant.
Yeah, and that's been Seneca's problem is you talk about bump and run. You know, Coach Harbaugh always talks about wanting to hit them off the line. You may be playing up, but you got to hit them and disrupt their route.
3rd down and 1 now for Carl Junction. 2 running backs behind Gilbert. 1 receiver split out to the near side. 1 wing back in as well. It's going to be a handoff the first man through. He makes 1 man miss. He's still on his feet. He's got enough for the first down. First man back there, I believe, was possibly Miller.
Yes.
And he missed him. Got up to about the 40-yard line. I didn't see who the ball carrier was. I believe it was number 2 for CJ. Carl Junction.
That's correct, Seth.
So that's...
Yeah, Miller broke through the line. He just missed kind of an arm tackle there as the running back went by.
4-yard pickup, 1st down and 10 for Carl Junction. Now they go to a bunch set here. Pistol formation. Going to send a man in motion. That's going to be Stewart. Stewart's going to take the jet sweep. He's going to make a cut up field. He misses 1 guy. Haynes had a chance to get him for no gain, and he squirts forward and gets 11 yards on the carry. Haynes had him for no gain, missed his foot. Stewart just jumped over him, tripped him up, but not enough to take him down as they get across midfield, 1st down and 10.
And we talked about running the football, and that's what this CJ team wants to do. You know, the first run was a good job by Seneca, but right now they're missing some assignments.
1st down and 10, ball just across midfield at Seneca's 49.
Yeah, that Stewart kid could run.
2 running backs. Now they're going to switch. They're going to go a tight end and a wing back on the near side. 1 receiver split out to the far side. And it's going to be a handoff to the second man third. He's going to get wrapped up and taken down by Drew Sherwood for a gain of about 3 on the play up to the 47, 46-yard line. 2nd down and 7.
That was a good job by Sherwood because if he misses that tackle, that's a touchdown.
It's so difficult to see who their backs are in the backfield because we're kind of lined directly up behind them, but I believe that was Stewart on that one, just a 3-yard gain. Stewart's on the left side, and Lopez Derman on the right side behind Gilbert. Two receivers to each side this time. It's going to be a passing play. It's going to be a quick out route to number 11. He's got hauled in. He's going to be short of the line of the game. Drew Sherwood takes him down immediately. That's Max Goddard. And it's going to make it 3rd down and 2. 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, Seneca, they're playing up, but they're not bumping them and disrupting the routes.
So a 5-yard pickup there for Goddard. Makes it 3rd down and 2. 2 receivers to the far side this time. Pistol formation. Handoff's going to go to Lopez Derman. He's going to spin out of contact, and he's going to squirt forward for another 5 yards down to the 35-yard line. 6-yard pickup. And that's going to be a 1st down for Carl Junction. Right now, they're just kind of having their way up front. Seneca's got to make some changes to get a stop.
Well, you got the small running backs from CJ just hiding behind that offensive line is what they're doing.
1st down and 10 for Carl Junction. 9th play of this drive. Started on their own 27. Ball at the 35. 2 receivers on the near side. Going to send Stewart in motion. And it's going to be Stewart on the jet sweep. He's going to be forced back in. Tries to bounce it back out. Good job by Seneca defense to be there waiting for him. Caden Klaus takes him down. I believe also there on the stop is Napier.
Yeah, Napier was on that.
And the ball is at the 31.5-yard line. A pickup of 4 for Stewart on that carry. 2nd down and 6.
Napier.
That's going to be frustrating. I know all night, Coach. To keep losing, you got a thought, and then we lose you. 2 receivers now to the near side for Carl Junction. Wobkin out here with Stewart. Going to send Stewart in motion again. And it's going to be handed off to Lopez Derman. He's going to try to get to the outside. He's going to be wrapped up and taken down for a loss by Hunter Haynes all the way back to the 34-yard line. Good job by Haynes to come up and take out the foot of the runner.
This is the first time on this drive that Seneca forced a negative play and made them have them be behind the chains. It's 2-down territory at the 34-yard line, but they're behind the chains.
Well, they're not afraid to go for it at any point in the 4th down. You sure now they're on plus territory. They're probably going to be going for it no matter what. 3rd down and 9 coming up. 7:09 to go here in the 1st quarter. Still on the opening drive.
Yeah, 5-minute drive here for CJ so far.
2 receivers split out to the near side. Seneca looks like they're lined up off sides.
No call.
And they're going to pass the ball. Looking for the home run ball. That ball is going to be deflected. Good job by Haynes at the last second to get back because Stewart had that one for a touchdown, and Haynes was able to recover and bat that one down at the last second.
It's a good thing he's about 5'3" instead of 5'2.5" because he waited till the last second to touch it, and now it's 4th down and long. Obviously, still needing, I don't want to say need to, they're going to go for it here with the ball on the 34, but a good job there by Haynes to read it.
Well, they got their punt formation on. We'll see what they decide to do. Maybe playing a field position or maybe try to fake it too. 4th down and 9. You're on the 34. Got to watch for the fake. That is Gilbert, the punter, the quarterback and the punter. It's going to take a roll, and it's going to go out of bounds like the 1-yard line. That was an excellent punt.
So they are playing they're actually going to say at the 4, but they are playing the field goal game. The field position game. Seneca did a good job there of kind of bowing up at the end and forcing them to punt the football.
So ball's at the 4-yard line.
Yeah. Hunter Haynes with 2 good plays, right?
Yeah, Haynes had 2 good plays right there, Coach, taking out the legs of Derman because he was going to be able to bust to the outside. And then a last-second recovery to bat that ball down intended for Stewart. He would have had a touchdown for sure.
I would watch Klaus here.
2 receivers split out to the far side for Klaus. Going to send Ginger in motion. And it's going to be Klaus running to the right side. He's got a man at his pocket. He's going to spin him forward and get about a yard and a half across the 5 to the 6-yard line. So 2-yard pickup for Klaus on that carry.
Like I said, they faked it to Miller. Watch Klaus. I mean, they did a good job of getting through alignment. And like we said, right now CJ just playing the field position game. They're thinking if they can make them punt, from their own end zone, they'll get the ball back somewhere around the 30.
Is that the 52? Is he a linebacker or is he on D end on the backside?
For them, that's the backside.
D end, chased him down from the backside. Okay. 2nd
down and 8. Seneca's going to send Harris in motion. And it's going to be a fake to Harris. It's going to be Klaus
Wide
running to the
open.
right side. Going to bounce it out to the outside. He's at the 10, the 15 to 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's a foot race down the sideline. He's across midfield. He gets tripped up just enough. Great run by Caden Klaus. Great blocking up front on the quarterback counter. And Seneca's inside Bulldog territory.
You look, they outmanned him there on the end. Ginger over there as well, and then it became a foot race, and all of a sudden, Seneca's got a great run into Bulldog territory, and that's how quickly things can change for Seneca.
58-yard run by Caden Klaus. He's ran the ball twice. He's got 60 yards. Twins to the near side this time for the Indians. Klaus catching his breath. 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play. Had to wait to wind the clock. Had to wait for the chains to reset. Miller to the left of Klaus. 7 guys in the box here for CJ. It's going to be Klaus running again to the right side. He's got to be gassed at this point. He's going to get across the 35 to about the 33, I think, where they're going to mark as forward progress. A 3-yard pickup, 2nd down and 7.
Well, you think about it here, Seth. You know, CJ takes 5 minutes off the drive, and it stalls. Seneca so far 3 plays in about a minute and a half, and they've already got it on the plus side of the field.
Seneca looking at a 2nd down and about 7, along 7 now. 2 receivers on the near side with Graham and Harris. Klaus in shotgun formation. And it's going to be a hand to Roman Miller to the far side. He's going to go up the middle, makes a 90-degree cut. Oh, he got tripped up just enough. He would have had a touchdown if he had not had his legs taken out at the last second. Falls forward down to the 23-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Seneca, 10-yard pickup.
Well, you look at who they run behind there on that far side. Hagen Ginger on the right side and able to get a big block there and a 1st down for the Indians.
Haynes and Harris split out to the near side this time. Ball sitting on the right hash. 4:45 to go in the first quarter.
Don't be surprised at some point if you see a play-action pass.
Handoff's going to go to Miller. He's going to bounce around. He's going to spin out, try to spin out of contact. He's going to be able to get to the line of scrimmage a little bit further, maybe a gain of 1 or 2 on the play. Forward progress has him at the 21, so just a pickup of 2 on that one. That was a slow developing play.
I mean, Coach, that happened right in front of you.
If we can get you.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I know. I'm here. But I'm sitting there trying to figure out why aren't we picking up the inside linebacker, that number 4, Stewart.
They like to send him a little bit, too. They like to run almost like a smoke, almost 3 guys coming from that
And
one
there ain't
side.
nobody over top of Hagen.
Receivers at each side this time for Klaus. Graham's going to go in motion. And it's going to be Klaus running it up the middle. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Caden Klaus, as he takes it in from 22 yards out, and the Indians score first.
We talk about the offensive line the entire time, just straight up the middle. You had a pulling tackle that nailed that linebacker, as I think that was Napier maybe, that had that kick-out block. It was Napier with the kick-out block. As you know, we talked about it. Coach talked about it, trying to get that inside linebacker, and that's who got him was Nolan Napier. And all of a sudden, Seneca's got a 6-0 lead.
Drew Sherwood on to attempt the point after for the Indians. Klaus holding. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. 3:57 to go here in the first quarter. Seneca leads 7-0 on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
The staff at Mid-America Specialty Markets, along with Jamie and Terry Langford, are proud to serve our community and support the local high school students in their extracurricular activities this school year. Langford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, commercial, and personal insurance needs. Please stop by and see us at our office at 908 Washington Avenue, or call us at 417-776-LIFE, or visit us at midaminsurance.com.
And welcome back to Bulldog Stadium as the Indians score first on their first drive of the game. Not quite 3 minutes off the clock, about 2:56 came off the clock, and they scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plays, 96 yards. Big one in that one, the 60-yard scamper by Caden Klaus, and he would have scored if he had not gotten tripped up. Of course, anybody would score if you don't get tackled, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying that for. It's like the aha moment of the announcer, but anybody can score if they don't get tackled. It's an easy game.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd take me a while to run that far.
So, Indians score first. Carl Junction looking to respond.
And that's big, too, because CJ took 5 minutes off the clock, and they punted the football thinking they'd play a field possession game, and Seneca's still able to score.
Sherwood kicks this on a low line drive kick that's going to bounce down and be fielded by Stewart at about the 15-yard line, trying to get to the left. Now he's going to reverse field. Excuse me, that's not Stewart. That's number 14. And he's going to be forced out of bounds by Hunter Haynes. Probert was the first man there, slowed him down just enough, but that was Piles on the return. First down and 10, Carl Junction at that point.
Make sure you stay tuned after tonight's game for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also, check out our live scoreboard during the game. Go to kneo.org/sports. Click on the scoreboard link to get the latest scores from games around the area as they're happening.
So, like I said, 2:58 for the Indians here on their opening possession. 6 plays, 96 yards.
It's not bad. It wasn't a 3-and-out, but you bow up, get a stop, and then go 96 yards.
Going to send a man in motion, and it's going to be the jet sweep. No, it's going to be the quarterback keeper, and he gets hit hard coming through the line to make the play. Kai Adams, and puts the quarterback on the ground immediately. Different quarterback in now, too. That was number 12, running the quarterback position for Carl Junction. Number 17 is typically their quarterback, so I'm not sure if something happened to Gilbert.
Well, the other thing on that play too is the quarterback was kind of stumbling a lot out of that situation. Nothing against Kai Adams, but I think that play was a little bit disjointed from the beginning.
That's got to watch it. Went celebrating kind of over the top.
Gilbert checks back in at quarterback. Receivers to each side. Going to send a man in motion. And it's going to be the jet motion man that gets the ball. That's number 39. There's a host of Indians to take him down once again. Coming up big on that one is Kai Adams. 2 plays, 2 Kai Adams stops. Good job by the junior linebacker, number 6.
And he looks like he only gained a yard on the play. 3rd down and long here for CJ, and this is where you got to watch over the top, maybe quarterback draw. They want to run the ball and then throw it off of that. If you can, Seneca has always been, if we can make a team one-dimensional, that's kind of their goal as a late sub here for Carl Junction.
3rd down and 10. Receivers to each side for Carl Junction. 2 receivers to the far side. A wing back on the near side. Going to send a man in motion. It's going to be rolling out to the near side. Gilbert's going to look to pass. He's got a man open, and he's going to be tackled immediately. Good job by Caden Klaus to wrap him up and take it down. Number 8, Jones.
4th and 4, it looks like.
Got him up to the 41. So pickup of 7 on the play. 4th down and 3.
And like you said, Seth, this team is not afraid to go for it. They have the punt team out, but Seneca doesn't have anybody back. They're playing punt safe.
Well, their quarterback, number 17, is also their punter. Mentioned that a while ago. Wasn't certain a while ago, but now we know for certain it is. High snap. He hauls it in. Plenty of time. Seneca's just going to – they don't even cross midfield. They're just going to let it bounce and take a bulldog roll all the way down to the 13-yard line. Be first down and 10 Seneca at that spot.
Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. You may visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians. So it's another long field here for Seneca. 96 yards. The first time didn't prove to be a problem. This one would be about 87 because they're starting at the 13.
Math is getting better for you, Ben. I'm so proud of you.
Only took me until week 6 to figure out my addition and subtraction.
Still struggling now. This is my 9th season calling games. I'm still struggling getting that math right. 2 receivers to the far side. Going to send Harris in motion. And I believe there's penalty flags. That's a late penalty flag. You couldn't get out of the pocket. I believe it's going to be a false start on Seneca. And it is. It's going to be first penalty of the game. Comes with 1:41 to go here in the first quarter play.
Who was that, Seth? You know?
Harris went in motion, but I guess we didn't have somebody quite set. It's going to take it back to the 8-yard line.
They actually have the microphone here. They didn't say what number it was, but
that is fancy. Got the microphone working.
You got to watch the fake on the jet sweep.
So twins now for Seneca.
See if you can outflank them. Seneca talks about numbers all the time. If you can outflank them and block them, that jet sweep is there.
Harris is going to go in motion, and it's going to be a fake to him. It's going to be it is Harris on the far side. Great mesh point there. He's at the 20-yard line, 25-30, 35-40, 45-50. He's going to give a stiff arm, still on his feet, forced out of bounds, though, across 40-yard line. That mesh point was so beautiful in the backfield. I had no idea Harris had the ball till he was 7 yards downfield. I thought he was giving it to Miller. It's a first down and 10 for Seneca.
Yeah, good job there by the Indians. Like you said, it faked everybody out of their shoes, including us. Good job by our cameraman tonight, Luke Taylor, able to follow that the entire way. It faked us out, but
Luke's doing a better job than what we are. 57-yard pickup on the jet sweep.
And
low snap this time, and it's going to be handed off to Miller. Miller's going to dance around a little bit. He's across the 30-yard line, down to the 27. He goes, second down and short.
You know, CJ there, I don't know if that was on purpose, but they didn't look like they were ready for the snap. They were looking like they were still trying to communicate, well, Seneca snapped the ball, a better snap, and maybe it ends in 6.
Second down and 1. After the 9-yard pickup, it's going to be Klaus running to the right. So he's going to dance around a little bit. Now he's going to bounce it out to the outside. He's got enough for the first down across the 25 and going to be brought down about the 22, 21-yard line with 52 seconds to go here in the first quarter play.
You wish he kind of didn't bounce it to that outside. Coach had a better view than we did, but it looked like if he had maintained his position, he would have gotten an extra couple yards.
No, it was clogged up on the inside, and when he bounced it out, the guy that was bouncing out, was kicking out, made the tackle, made the first contact.
So a 5-yard pickup for Klaus on that carry is going to make it first down and 10 for Seneca. 2 receivers to the near side now. Klaus looking over to Coach Hilburn. Gets instructions from him. And it's going to be Klaus running to the right side again. He's going to bounce it out to the right side even further. Across the 15-yard line, he goes to the 14. And I see Scribner's back in there playing tonight. I just now noticed that Scribner's back in there on the offensive line. That's great to see. We've been missing him. I mean, not that the Pendergraph hasn't came in and done a great job, but it's so nice to see him back out on the field for his senior year and getting some playing time.
Yeah, he's missed a couple of weeks, and I guarantee he's glad to be out there.
This one's going to be close on if Seneca can get the snap off. They don't have to, but I think they're going to snap it.
Second down and short. It's going to be a handoff to Miller to the right side. He's right up the middle, makes a jump step, diving forward, and has enough for the first down as the first quarter clock expires. After one quarter play, Seneca leads 7-0 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
And welcome back to Bulldog Stadium here. Seneca leading 7-0. First down and goal for Seneca. Ball placed at the 7 after the 6-yard pickup by Roman Miller as the first quarter expired. Seneca looking to add to their lead. Got to get the clock wound back to 12.
Yeah, the official, there we go.
Graham split out to the far side. And it's going to be a high snap. It's going to be Miller taken to the left side. Makes one man miss. He gets tackled down inside the 5 to about the 3. Makes the first man miss, and another guy jumped on his back and took him down to the turf at the 3-yard line. Pick up a 4, second down and goal.
You'll take that, though. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, well, these guys is trying to make the tackle slash in there to knife him. We're talking the safeties and the cornerbacks or the outside linebackers trying to get there.
First down and goal for Seneca now. Second down and goal now. Kai Adams in it. H-back. Jude King in tight on the near side. Hagen Ginger on the far side. It's going to be a handoff to Miller to the left side. He's going to lower his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Roman Miller as he takes it in from 3 yards out with 11:24 to go here in the first half of play.
A low snap, but Jude King, or is that Kai Adams, was the lead blocker.
There's Adams on the left side.
Yeah, it's Kai Adams kicking him out.
Yeah, I was going to say, he had the kick-out block there you see on the replay, and did a good job of kicking him out, and Seneca will go for one here.
I think it was Hagen and Don Brown, crashing the rest of them down.
Sherwood on to attempt the point after for the Indians. Klaus holding. Good snap, good hold, and that's going to be blocked immediately as they jumped right over the center. Did Tony Stewart. No, that's not Tony Stewart. Yes, it is. It looked like a number 1. It's a number 4. Tony Stewart blocks the point after. 13-0 Seneca. We'll be back right after this.
Gas and Snack in Seneca is proud to support the Seneca Indians and be a part of the Seneca community. With 2 locations in the Seneca area, 1608 Cherokee and just north of Highway U on Highway 43, they offer gas as well as pop and a variety of other snacks. The Gas and Snack in Seneca, Missouri is owned by Nick and Sandra Whitehead, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians.
And welcome back into Bulldog Stadium as Coach Hilburn upset. Stewart came right over the center, jumped over the center. See, you can't do that in any league.
Well,
and
they're both talking about it.
Coach Hafner on the near side on upset, trying to get an explanation. Coach Hilburn upset, trying to get an explanation. And so the officials are talking to both sides. As they discuss that, we will have a thank you to our sponsors tonight: Numac Electric, Predators Pharmacy, Seneca Church of Christ, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Christian Healthcare Ministries, Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, The Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, and Community Bank and Trust. So no penalty flag thrown, nothing's happened, but I'm sure they're going to have. They probably had a warning, if I had to guess. And
if it happens again, they might throw the flag.
Yeah. What? It cost us a point just to have a warning?
Yeah, basically.
That doesn't sound right.
Back deep to receive Lopez, Derman, and number 14, Piles. Sherwood's got the go-ahead. A low line drive kick that Piles is going to field at the 15-yard line. Trying to get blockers set up in front of him, trying to get to the near side. He makes one man miss. First man there was Graham. Graham's upset that he didn't make the play, but it's okay because the rest of the cavalry was there to help out at the 24-yard line. First down and 10 for CJ.
Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X, Twitter at KNEO917 Sports. Right now, this is danger time for CJ.
Just over 2 minutes on the last drive by the Indians. Again, the big play, the 57-yard run by the jet sweep by Tyrone Harris. A beautiful mesh in the backfield. Had us all psyched out except for Luke Taylor, our cameraman, on it this evening. A bunch set on the far side this time, and one wing back. A bunch set on the near side with 2 receivers. A handoff's going to go. No, it's going to be Gilbert running to the left side, and he's going to be brought down immediately. That's Diskin, actually, the backup quarterback, and Roman Miller coming in to make the stop. A loss of 1 on the play to the 23, second down and 11.
Now, we talked about how this CJ team wants to run to open up the pass, and, that first drive they were a little bit more successful. Took 5 minutes off the clock. Seneca finally figured out what they needed to do as CJ has a late sub coming in. They must have only had 10 in the formation.
Gilbert, shotgun, 2 running backs behind him with Stewart and Lopez Derman. He's going to hand it off to Lopez Derman. Makes a jump cut at the line of scrimmage. Spin move now, trying to get back to the near side. Caden Clausen hanging ginger, wrap him up right at the 25, 26-yard line. So a pickup of a couple on the play. Makes it third down and long.
And this is something CJ doesn't like, is these third down and longs, because Seneca can kind of, I don't want to say you can pin your ears back because this quarterback can run the ball, but it's more likely that it's going to be a passing down.
You would like to see the linebackers from Seneca get underneath them slant routes.
I also like to see press coverage up front. Now they're going to a bunch set on each side for CJ. And it's a busted play. Gilbert looking to pass. Now he's got nobody open. He's just going to dump it off, and it's going to be almost intercepted by the Indians. Going back the other way is Caden Klaus at the 20, the 15, the 10, spinning forward, reaching out just short of the goal line. First down and 10, Seneca on the deflected pass.
You look at it there on the replay, a busted play. The receiver was open, bobbled it about 4 times. There was 3 Indians there, and Caden Klaus is the beneficiary, and Seneca has it set up first and goal at about the 2. I apologize for going over you, Seth.
First down and goal for the Indians. Ball at the 3-yard line. I thought he was going to come away with that reception.
I did too.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Pass was just right behind him. He turned around, but he just couldn't bring it in.
So an interception for Klaus. 9:53 to go here in the first half of play. 2 H-backs in now in the ballgame. Handoff's going to go to Probert to the left side. Makes one man miss. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Brody Probert. The 1-play, 3-yard drive. And the Indians add to their lead.
And you look here at the replay. Once again, they went heavy to that left side. And you have a couple lead blockers there for Probert. And he goes into the end zone untouched. See if Seneca goes for 2 here.
There's a lot of ball games still to go here. can't get too ahead of ourselves. Seneca needs to keep playing well.
And I think
they've done a good job so far. 9:48 to go in the first half. There's still a lot of football here.
I think Seneca is going for 2 here, try and make up the point they missed last time, which wasn't anybody's fault.
Heavy set in once again. 2 tight ends as well, Jude King and Hagen Ginger. And it's going to be Caden Klaus taking it to the right side, reaching out. He's got the 2-point conversion. Lead up to 21-0 in favor of the Indians. We'll be back in 30 seconds right after this.
I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm for working hard for what you get and then protecting what you've got. Your home, your vehicles, your life. I'm for making an honest living and taking pride in what you do. And for giving back to the community I call home. I'm for serving my clients with the respect and dignity you would expect from the farmers that started this company. And though I know you probably hope you never need me, I'm here for you when you do. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're a Missourian, I'm for you.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
And we welcome you back, everyone, at the Neosho Daily News. Wish the Seneca Indians good luck. Let's go get that win. And right now, the Seneca offensive line and defensive line is doing exactly what they need to, creating some big holes, and so far 2 big plays for the Indians. They didn't get in the end zone, but you have a 60-yard run and I think a 58-yard run for the Indians here so far tonight after CJ punted trying to pin him deep, and it didn't seem to matter.
They've got so many kids on the line of scrimmage that it's easy to bust through every once in a while.
Back deep to receive. Looks like they've got 2 different return. Now they've switched up a little bit. It's going to be a short end-over-end kick that's going to bounce out to 25. Takes an awkward roll, and it's just going to be covered up by Piles at the 22-yard line.
That's a good job by Drew Sherwood of angling it and deadening it.
Would you like a dad joke here?
Sure.
Piles on top of it. First down and 10 for Carl Junction. There you go. There's my dad joke for the night. I got dad jokes for days.
Hopefully for the season.
First down and 10, Carl Junction ball at the 22-yard line.
And I think we have a timeout here by CJ before they even get the snap off.
Sponsors for tonight's game, Lankford Insurance, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Happy Egg, People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Prolu Maintenance Center, the Seneca School District, Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, Prairie Top Chiropractic, and Cedar Lane Farm and Garden. I'm trying to keep, man, this seems like this half is flying by. I mean having 7:30, and we're already into the second quarter.
Well, when you have 2 running teams, things tend to go a little bit quicker. This CJ team may have to, they're not quite there yet. They may have to here at some point try and open it up a little bit. But Seneca is doing exactly what they wanted. We talked about how you want to make them one-dimensional. They want to they want to run the football, and that will open up the pass for them. After that first drive, and, who knows, maybe CJ came out in a look that Seneca hasn't seen before. They bended, but they didn't break. And since that point, Seneca, it's been all Seneca.
I look for CJ to try to start going to their slant routes. They had some success with that early in the game on their first drive. They're going to the wide side. Look at the wide side of the field. Now look at that wide receiver, how far he split. Harris or Graham, whoever's guarding him out there, can't get up inside leverage right now.
Yeah, that's Harris over there.
They're going to shift formation now. They're going to go strong to the far side of the field, 2 running backs behind Gilbert. And it's going to be a handoff to Lopez Durham. He's going to try to bounce around, but there's no room for him to go. Caden Klaus there for the Indians.
Hunter Haynes came in to clean up the mess as well.
Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. I would say.
Yeah, Drew.
Sherwood in there as well, Coach. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, Sherwood.
Haynes came in there, too. I saw him at the end.
So they're going to give Lopez Durham just a yard on that second down and 9, even though he got maybe a half a yard.
I was going to say it looks like about half a yard at this point.
2 receivers on the near side. One receiver on the near side because one guy just walked off the field. Gilbert's going to look to pass. Now he's going for the home run ball. He's got to step on his man, and it's going to be hauled in. Oh, in and out of the hands of the intended target. I believe that is either Piles or
That's Piles, number 14.
Number 14, yeah. He had a step on his man.
And that was on Sherwood over there. It was just a straight go route, and he just let the ball fall through him. Sometimes those are the hardest catches, but
a Willie Mays style catch, trying to get that right over your shoulder look, and you're looking back in. He put a lot of loft in that ball too, so that way Piles could go underneath and get it. But he was probably looking right up into the lights. 3rd down and 9.
I don't make Drew sure, just a touch.
I think he'll be ready for the next one for sure. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 receiver to the near side. Pistol formation for Gilbert as Lopez Derman is behind him.
Watch the quarterback draw.
Gilbert's just going to go for the quick hitter, and he's going to sail it over the head of his intended target, looking for number 3. That is Mills, and that's going to be incomplete.
And what's this do, Seth? It hurries him up. That was a hurried throw. His receiver was open. I mean, there wasn't a ton of pressure around him, but Seneca getting home caused some issues for him.
Blaze Graham actually going to go back and try to return this one now. Stand on his own 45-yard line.
Actually talking to that back official as well.
I'm saying make sure you give me a clear fair catch sign if you're going to fair catch it. Gilbert gets the snap, and it's going to be a wobbly kick that Graham's going to field at the 44. Makes a stutter step there, still on his feet. Going to get hit at the 47-yard line, and going to be driven backwards, but his forward progress is going to have him at the 47, first down and 10 for Seneca.
This is Seneca's best field position of the night, Seth. You think about it, you had a 96-yard touchdown drive. You had an 87-yard touchdown drive. Had a 3-yard touchdown drive. And now you're sitting at the opponent 47.
First down and 10. Seneca football brought to you tonight by Fourth State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau agent Josh Dotson, Gas and Snack, and Neosho Chamber of Commerce.
I would not be surprised to see a play-action pass here.
Harris split out to the near side. Sherwood split out to the far side, but he's in tight. Now they're going to send Harris in motion. Looking maybe like a zone look now. It's going to be a handoff to Harris. He's going to cut upfield at the 45-yard line, still in his feet, spinning forward across the 40, down to the 37-yard line he goes. Enough for a first down for the Indians.
And again, it's just a numbers game for the Indians there on that jet sweep. As you see it there on the replay, you had 2 guys there. One of the linemen pulled. I can't tell what number it was, but he pulled and he had nobody to block.
I'm lined up perfectly with the 37-yard line. They've got a first down, but they're not giving it to him. Second down and about
a foot, an inch,
a fingernail. The ball is on the other side of the 37. 2 receivers split out to the near side. Now Hagen Ginger's going motion. I think they're going to want a measurement here. They're going to say, this has got to be a first down, guys.
And I think that's what the chain gang is saying.
And the umpire just came up and he pointed his finger. Yeah, that's a first down. He's not even. He's like, this is a first down all the way.
And they are moving the chains, so it is a first down for Seneca. So that changes the play call as well.
I already had first down and 10, so just so you know that, guys. I had first down 10.
Good job, Seth.
Sponsors for tonight's game: People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, ProLube Maintenance Center, Langford Insurance, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, and Happy Egg. 8:20 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca leading 21-0. 2 receivers on the far side now for the Indians. And it's going to be handoff to Miller to the right side. He's going to bounce it out, but cuts back now to 35, taking defenders with him across the 30, down to the 29-yard line he goes.
Yeah, he bounced it from the right to the left, back up the middle, and still got a good chunk of yards.
We'll call him at the 29, so pick up of 8, second down and 2. Go ahead, Coach.
If you can.
Well, I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, well, they run power right that time. They would just down kick, kicked out, but kick back to the left. If you bounce it out the back gate, gainer.
Handoff this time is going to go to Probert to the left side. He's going to bounce out to 30, 25-20, lowers his shoulder, gets flipped up, end over end, but he's got enough for the first down. Late penalty flag comes flying in on this near sideline. That was after the play was even over. He's supposed to be trailing the play downfield.
Well,
so I'm not sure. I think
you
he's
could have a
holding.
sideline warning on this side.
It could be that, or it could be a late holding penalty. And Seneca's walking backwards like it is a hold.
Which is frustrating if you're the Indians because it's nowhere near the play.
That is a hold against the Indians.
So instead of 1st and 10, it'll be 2nd and about 12.
Well, they've got it. They've got it. The penalty flag's at the 29.
To the 39, so it would be 2nd down and, about 12. I was right.
Well, last week we were a little bit unsure because we had a holding penalty and the pass interference penalty, they weren't marked off correctly, so it was a little bit confusing for us last week. This week they got it right, though, 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, that's just frustrating if you're the Indians because if it's one of these backside guys, he had nothing to do with the play. And that's a long ways for that side judge to call it, too.
Ball on the left hash, the far hash, 2 receivers on the far side. Low snap, Klaus, it's going to be a quarterback run. He's got a linebacker spine on him, spins out of the first contact, fighting for extra yardage, going to get across the 35 to about the 33, 34-yard line.
Yeah, straight quarterback draw there. Makes it 3rd down and manageable here for the Indians.
3rd down and 7 coming up.
But you got to think plus territory. You got 2 downs to get 7 yards, and you're going to tell your offensive line, hey, we need to find a way to get 7 yards. And Klaus almost broke out. He broke out of one. He almost broke out of a second one, too.
Well, they had Jones, number 39, linebacker, Tatum Jones. He's a freshman, spying on Klaus, and he spun right out of his contact.
6:45 and counting till halftime.
Receivers to each side this time for the Indians. Now there's a stoppage in play, and it's going to be an official's timeout.
And is Hagen Ginger having to come out?
No.
What is a water break?
Coach, do you have an official word of why they have stoppage in play here? It's official's timeout.
Oh.
He doesn't know.
We'll keep it right here. Seneca football brought to you tonight by Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, Prairie Top Chiropractic, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Seneca Church of Christ, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and Christian Healthcare Ministries. So there's no water stoppage anymore. We're in week 6 now.
And it's not hot enough for it to matter.
They had the down marker wrong.
Okay, so it's
That's
third
the reason
down.
they read it.
Yeah, it's third down. 3rd down and 7, ball at the 34-yard line. 6:41 to go here in the first half. Seneca got the ball on Carl Junction's 34. Roman Miller to the right of Klaus. Receivers each side, and now the right tackle jump for the Indians. So marching back 5 more yards.
Right now, about the only thing that's gone wrong for the Indians is them hurting themselves. 3rd down and long.
So 3 penalties now for the Indians for 20 yards.
Going backwards on this drive, Seth.
We'll see if Seneca can clear things up here to capitalize on this 3rd down and long situation.
If you get a good chunk of yardage here, though, you got to think they'll go for it on 4th down. Now you could play field position too, but
Haynes split out to the near side, one receiver to the far side. Klaus going to play action, going to look to pass. He's got a man wide open. That's Hagen Ginger, stands at the 15-yard line. Nobody within 5 yards of Ginger. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Hagen Ginger, as he hauls it in from 39 yards.
You see there on the replay, he lines up on the left side, just a busted coverage. I think that was Harris over there, drew the cornerback and the safety, and Ginger just runs a straight go route for the touchdown.
Well, he was I told you earlier that nobody's over the top of
Ginger, yeah.
Yeah, nobody was over the top of him. He got a
free release. Yeah, we got you.
Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is good. Again, they go right over the top of center. No penalty flag thrown that time. Either way, 28-0 in favor of Seneca, 6:21 to go here in the first half on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
Welcome back here to Bulldogs Stadium. 6:21 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca leading 28-0 after the 39-yard pass completion from Klaus to Ginger and a 2-minute, 25-second drive.
But, Seth, that's what all that running will do for you. We talk about it all the time. They're so worried about the run that they leave somebody wide open.
4 plays, 47 yards. I say 4 plays because they had 2 penalties on that drive, set him back 15 yards.
A holding and a false start.
Piles standing on his own 18-yard line. Lopez Durman standing on his own 15-yard line. Sherwood's got the go-ahead. And it's going to be a shorter kick that's going to bounce down at the 23. Piles is going to fumble it around a little bit at the 20 mile. Now he's going to take off and run. He's going to try to escape Brock Pendergraft, but he's unable to do so. And he's going to be brought down on the other side of the 20-yard line. He thought he was going to get away from Pendergraft. We've seen Pendergraft over and over and over again with that kickoff coverage downfield. So many of those different guys. Each week is somebody new.
It doesn't matter who is covering on the kickoff team. They do a good job of staying in their lane and not allowing them to bounce it anywhere. 6:13 to go until we hit halftime here.
Gilbert going to trot out on the field to his huddle and talk to his guys. Ginger pacing around. He's ready for more. He's receivers,
always pacing.
2 receivers split out to the near side. 1 wing back and tight end on the far side. Going to send a man in motion. That's going to be Jones. Handoff's going to go to Lopez Derman up the middle. He makes a couple man miss at the line of scrimmage, but he's going to be wrapped up and taken down by Nolan Napier. Got around his legs.
Hunter Haynes also in there as well. Call Haynes a lot from that safety position.
Dom Brown in there helping out. Ball to the 25-yard line. A 6-yard pickup, 2nd down and 4.
Really, that's the biggest play they've had since that opening drive.
2nd down and 4. 2 receivers to the far side. Excuse me. Yes, 2 receivers, a tight end and a wingback to the far side. And Gilbert's going to roll out to the right. He's going to try to tuck it and run. At the last second, he decides to throw. Finds an open receiver on the far sideline. Tyrone Harris hits him immediately and forces him out of bounds. He's got enough for the 1st down to the 29. So just a 4-yard, a 4-yard pickup, 1st down and 10.
Good job by him of scrambling around and getting it. Go.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you got 17s in there for quarterback right now.
Yeah, they've been flipping in and out. Whenever it's going to be almost like a design quarterback run, they bring in Diskin, number 12.
Yeah.
But when most of the time they're going with 17 Gilbert. That's their guy. 2 wingbacks now in the pistol formation for Gilbert. Lopez Derman behind him. And it's going to be to Lopez Derman. He's going to get spun down. Oh, not quite taken down, but good job by Seneca defense to come and help out. Roman Miller, I believe Kai Adams had him first. He spun out of that contact, but the rest of the cavalry was there to help out. They're going to say he lost a yard on the play back to the 28-yard line.
And I wish Kai Adams had been able to wrap up a little bit better, but still a loss on the play.
2nd down and 11 coming up for Carl Junction. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Seneca leading 28-0. Now again, look for them to go for those post routes, those slant routes. They can get that leverage. They're bringing 1 receiver split out wide to the near side, 2 receivers to the near side. It's going to be a toss sweep to Lopez Durham. He's going to try to bounce to the outside. Going to be forced back into Miller, and Miller's going to take him down, make it 3rd down, also helping out Caden Klaus and Hunter Haynes. That's going to make it 3rd down.
Looks like about 3rd and 5.
Let's see where the mark is for Prague. So they're going to have him about to the 34. So pickup of 6. You're right, Ben. 3rd down and 5.
Good job there by Seneca of kind of holding on for dear life, bouncing them back inside to Caden Klaus.
Well, unfortunately, they were trying to spill that, rather than have outside contain, and eventually he just ran out of room and tried to cut back upfield.
If you're Seneca, you got to watch these tight ends because those are the ones that they're trying to free up by tight ends, wide receivers, try and free up by having them in close and confuse the coverage, as I think CJ going to call another timeout here.
3:59 to go here in the first half. Seneca leading 28-0. We'll step aside for 60 seconds.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
And welcome back here at Bulldog Field, Bulldog Stadium. Seneca leads 28-0. Bunch set for CJ. Going to send a man in motion. And it's going to be Gilbert rolling out, looking deep downfield. Now he's going to throw. Oh, there's going to be a pass interference there on that one.
No call.
Sherwood got away with that one because he bumped the receiver before while the pass was in the air, looking for Piles. And actually, I don't know if he was looking for Piles because he threw that one 10, 15 yards downfield over Piles' head. 4th down and 5.
Graham back to receive in case that happens. Seneca otherwise, I think, playing punt safe here. .352 to go until we hit halftime, and you got to watch the fake, so you got a couple guys basically watching
Spying,
that.
Yeah, playing spy. Harris, and I think that's Sherwood. High snap this time. Seneca sending a little bit of pressure. Roman Miller almost able to get there, and they're going to let that one bounce. Graham thought about coming up and picking that one up, but it's going to roll out of bounds at the 30-yard line. He gave us a heart attack last week at Aurora. We thought he was going to try to get to one, and he was unable to do so. Almost looked like it hit his hand. Unfortunately, the referee had the right call from the sideline. First down and 10 for Seneca.
I would love to see another play action pass here for the Indians because that works wonders.
Game brought to you tonight by Four State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau agent Josh Dotson, Gas and Snack, and Neosho Chamber of Commerce.
Seneca still has all 3 timeouts, too.
3:40 to go here in the
opening
quarter.
half.
Yeah, good grief.
You get out there eventually.
2 receivers of the far side. Kai Adams in at the H-back. Now they're looking over to Coach Hilburn. They're trying to make sure they have the right spacing, etc. on the front line. That's going to be Klaus, just a straight quarterback sweep to the left side. Makes a couple defenders miss. Still on his feet across the 40-yard line, enough for the first down to the 42. I mean, it's just left and right. Klaus is just making guys miss.
Not only is he making guys miss, but it's a numbers game. You have Kai Adams there as a lead blocker. You have Miller as a lead blocker. They are able to make a hole big enough for a freight train to go through at the moment.
Ball up to the 42-yard line. That's what I have him at. I can't quite, 42.
Seneca may be taking some time off here, score. There's little time left, then you get the ball to start the second half, too.
2 receivers to the far side. Hagen Ginger in tight on the far side as well. And it's going to be play action. Ball's on the ground. Klaus is just going to pick it up, and he's going to throw the home run ball. He's got Harris has got to step on his he falls down because he had to try to switch positions. Well, that was just a mess from the beginning. Yeah. Klaus had a mesh point on the play action with Miller, lost the ball, picked it up, and he just chucked it downfield. Number one, he's fortunate that didn't hang in the air and get picked off, but Harris tried to do an adjustment on the ball midair and just tripped it over his own feet trying to do that.
Harris had a step or two on his defender, too. That wasn't a badly thrown ball for it being a busted play.
Just in the wrong spot. He threw it downfield far, just in the wrong spot. 2 receivers to the far side. Miller split out to the near side this time. Probert in the empty set in the backfield. 3 receivers on the far side. Probert. Now it's going to be a quarterback run right at the middle. He's at the 45, trying to get to the left side. He's going to be forced out of bounds, short of midfield.
But again, it's that quarterback draw. You draw those defenders up. They all rush past him, and it's 3rd down and manageable here for the Indians.
So pickup of 7 on the play.
Yeah, the problem is they're looking for it. CJ's looking for it. He's got 2 guys in the middle spying it, and they still can't stop it.
And CJ players already got their hands on their knees like they're tired right now in the first half. Harris going to be split out to the near side. Probert stays in at quarterback. And it's going to be a fake handoff to Miller. He's going to bounce to the left side. He's at the 45-40. Makes the defender miss. 35-30. Down the sideline. Probert goes 25, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Brody Probert, as he takes it in from 51 yards out.
He just ran past a couple of defenders there. You see him. He's able to break through a couple tackles that looked like a couple of the cornerbacks and safety had an angle on him, and he just ran past him.
Probert having an efficient night tonight so far. 3 rushing attempts. 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Klaus isn't having half bad a night either.
No, he's not. And that's the funny thing is Klaus is getting most of the calls. He's got a touchdown and a passing touchdown as well. 2:41 to go here. Point after try coming on.
And there's the flag for jumping.
For jumping over the center. 3 penalty flags come flying out.
And you could see them lining that up the entire time, and they finally called it.
The point after try was good.
So you decline it.
Decline unless can they put it on the kickoff? I'm not sure.
That would be a Coach Harbaugh question.
You can hear me? Yes. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that if it's on the kickoff.
I think so.
I think they take the play and the penalty.
On the kickoff. Yeah, we got you.
Personal foul on CJ, so they're staying out on the field, though.
I think Coach Hilburn is kind of wondering that, too.
Now he's waving them off. So the point after try is going to stay. 35-0, 2:40 to go here in the first half. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
And welcome back to Carl Junction, Missouri. Seneca leading 35-0. Personal foul penalty is going to be assessed on the kickoff, so Sherwood's going to cross midfield and kick off from the 45-yard line. Hopefully he can put this one into the end zone for a touchback.
Well, I also said, why don't you onside kick it? Because worst case scenario, they get it around the 35-yard line.
Pyle standing on his own 3-yard line. Lopez Derman on his 5-yard line.
You may see a squib kick here, too.
Sherwood takes his steps.
Oh, he's just
low line drive kick. That's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Be first down and 10 for Carl Junction at their own 20.
Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X, Twitter at KNEO917 Sports. Our final regular season Seneca softball game is Monday night as the Lady Indians face Branson. 4:30 first pitch, 4:10 airtime from Seneca, and then we have districts October 17th through the 21st. In Cassville, we'll have any of those contests. Those will be audio only, though.
I do need to make a clarification. I was talking to Jace Renfro last night at the volleyball game, and I said last week he hurt his finger. He told me he's just looking for his towel to wipe his hand off with. He wanted to clarify that. Two receivers on the far side. Gilbert going to roll out to the far side. He's going to look to throw on the run. He's got a target open. That's going to be, I believe it's number 6 or number 8 on that far sideline. Coach, you got
number 6, Seth.
Thank you, Coach. That's going to be number 6, Adams, on that far sideline. He's got it hauled in across the 30-yard line to the 31, 11-yard pickup. First down and 10.
I got a feeling Seneca's going to play soft here, just not to give anything big.
2:31 in counting. He did get out of bounds, so the clock stopped. CJ does only have one timeout here to work with in the first half as well. Getting the play in. Still got time on the play clock, down to 10.
Wopkin split out to the near side this time. 2 running backs behind Gilbert. A low snap. Gilbert's just looking for the out route this time to Wopkin, and he goes in and out of his hands as Tyrone Harris was right there on the play, ready to make the stop, and that will also stop the clock.
And Ginger was very close to batting that one up in the air again. He's doing his best. He was able to bat one up last week, and it turned into was it last week or 2 weeks ago against Monette? Batted one up, and Napier, I don't want to call it a fat guy touchdown, but a defensive lineman touchdown.
Boys, really.
2 receivers on the near side this time for Gilbert. Gilbert going to roll out to the near side. He's going to look to throw on the run. That ball's going to be tipped by Tyrone Harris at the last second. Great break by Harris as the receiver came out of his break, and he's able to bat that one free. Intended for Wopkin.
Number 4 was going down the seam, and he thought he had a step, but they had safety help over the top of Klaus. So I think the quarterback was like, I'm not going to throw into double coverage.
2:21 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca leading 35-0.
Here's the other thing, Seth, is they haven't taken very much time off the clock. Seneca has all 3 timeouts. They run the ball. Seneca call a timeout. You got a chance at extending the lead going into halftime.
And Wopkin is going to check out. One of their better receivers is going to check out. Stepping in, number 13, White. Split out to the near side with Stewart. Lopez Derman in the shotgun formation behind Gilbert. Gilbert going to look to throw. He's got pressure in his face. He's going to step up in the pocket, and he's going to throw that one. That's going to be intercepted by Hunter Haynes at the 29-yard line, and he's going to be spun out of bounds. First down and 10, Seneca.
Well, he threw into triple coverage. I mean, that was a one-person route, basically. At that point, you had 3 Seneca Indians on there. I don't know why you either bother throwing it. I mean, the quarterback's just frustrated at this point. There was 3 Indians around that CJ player, and I think that's what the coaches are saying. Why are you throwing it to him when you got 3 guys around you?
Well, he got pressure in his face. He's going to try to step up and make him. It's a good pocket awareness by Gilbert on that one. Just unfortunately, maybe throw that one out of bounds because you got 4 defenders in the area.
Harris, watch the reverse.
Klaus, shotgun formation. Miller to the right of him. And it's going to be a handoff to Miller. It's going to be reversed to Harris. Harris is coming back to the near side. He's got 1 defender to beat, and he's at the 40, and he's going to be spun down at the 46. Great play there by Jones, the freshman linebacker, for Carl Junction to save a touchdown.
Yeah, Klaus couldn't quite get to him.
He had two different guys he had to block. Yeah, the one guy on the near side, that's one he took, and the other one on the inside made the play.
But that was a wide open look for Seneca. 155 and counting. Seneca still has all 3 of their timeouts, so they're taking a little bit of time here. I would not be surprised to see a play action pass at some point. Still plenty of time on the play clock. You got 15 as they break the huddle.
Graham and Sherwood split out to the far side. Haynes on the near side. 1:40 to go here in the first half of play. Ginger in tight on the near side as well. Going to send Haynes in motion. And it's going to be play action, looking downfield. He's going to wind up and throw the deep ball, and that's going to be over the head of Graham. Step for step was the defender. I believe that's number 14, Piles.
I think Graham got his feet tangled with him, and that made him lose a little bit of a step there.
2nd down and 10 for the Indians. Clock stopping at 1:26.
I'll guarantee they're going to look at Hunter Haynes on that jet sweep coming out of the backfield because he was wide open.
So 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Indians.
And Probert comes in at quarterback, Seth. 15 to go here. See if Seneca has to call a timeout because they're running guys in late. So I think Coach Hilburn going to have to burn a timeout here.
5 seconds left in the play clock.
And then there's your timeout.
We'll step aside with Coach Hilburn on his 60-second timeout. We'll step aside as well.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you are growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10+ acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce is an organization that exists to make Southwest Missouri a better place to live. That is why they are proud supporters of high school athletics. They understand that the life lessons learned from sporting competition teaches responsibility and discipline and makes our student athletes better citizens for tomorrow. Learn more about local area events online at neoshocc.com. Proud supporters of local school athletics.
Out of the timeout, Klaus is going to look to throw, looking for Klaus on an out route, and that's at the feet of Graham, I should say.
I was going to say, Klaus throwing to Klaus, that'd be impressive.
What's the flag for?
I don't see a flag. Where's it at?
Well, the head umpire threw it in the backfield, the head referee.
I wonder if they
maybe
weren't
an illegal
set.
shift or something because it didn't look like everybody
Oh, yeah,
was
it's
set.
at the 39. 39.
He threw it after the play was over.
Well, it's on Seneca because they're backing it up. Illegal participation.
Too many men in the huddle.
So Seneca must have had 12 on the field. Well, they said the down doesn't count. It's still 2nd down, but it's 2nd down in about an eternity.
Ball's going to go all the way back to the 32-yard line.
So it's 2nd down and 20. 19, because you need to get to the 43. Am I right? You got to get to the opposing 43. So
2nd down and long. Trips to the far side. One receiver to the near side. Klaus going to look to throw. Going to step up in the pocket. Got a defender in his face. And he's going to air it out for Harris. And it's going to be intercepted on the far sideline. Now Seneca's got to keep him from scoring. And he's going to be forced out of bounds.
And you're going to have a personal foul on CJ number 56. So this one is not going to be at the 32. He drove the Seneca lineman into the ground. And so it's after the interception, but they're not going to have as good field position as they thought.
He might be ejected. I'm not sure if there was a punch thrown or not, but 2 officials are right on top of that one.
Yeah, I was going to say the side judge and the umpire had it. I saw it late. So it's 15 yards from the end of the play. The down, it is CJ ball.
Well, they're trying to determine if it happened before or after the interception, maybe. I don't know.
To me, it looked like it was after the interception, but we'll wait and see. Just wait for official word, I guess, rather than speculate.
They've got to sort things out down there in the field, and we'll just take our time up here.
Harris was open there. If he had been able to really zing it in there, he put a little too much loft. Or maybe it was Graham. I forget who he's throwing to. The safety came over the top.
Yeah, he's throwing to Harris. The guy guarding Harris man-to-man came off of Harris. I'm sorry, come off of Graham and went to Harris.
So it's a holding penalty.
Call
on
it against Seneca?
Yes.
They must have said Seneca.
During the run, we had a holding penalty.
On the return.
Now,
So
I'm not sure how you have a hold on the return on the team that's trying to get to the guy around the ball.
the only thing I can think of is the Seneca guy holding the guy down.
I guess. I mean, usually you have that like if a receiver's going out on a route, not typically whenever he's trying to.
Yeah.
Either way.
That's
either
a bizarre one, but yeah. I mean, Harris was open there. If I think that was Klaus that threw it, if he had zinged it a little bit more. But this is Seneca's best starting position, and Coach Hilburn is going, how is that holding on us? I mean, we both saw late the CJ player piling on top of the Seneca lineman, so I don't understand that. But they're not going to change their mind. So
first down and 10 for Carl Junction. Ball on Seneca's 26-yard line. They had the ball down here to start the game on their first drive, and the drive stalled at the 31 as far as they got. Gilbert in pistol formation. He's going to look to pass, looking for the quick slant. Or he's going to go the out route to Stewart. Stewart's going to be drugged down from behind. A gain of maybe 5 on the play. They're going to say he got out of bounds.
There is no way he got out of bounds. That's a generous call saying he got out of bounds because they stopped the clock. And there is no way he got out of bounds.
Second down and 4 coming up after the 6-yard pickup to Stewart. Quickly now back on the ball for CJ. Gilbert going to look to throw the home run ball. Coming over the top is going to be Klaus, and it's going to be incomplete out of the back of the end zone.
And you had Klaus coming over the top. I don't think the CJ player really had a good beat on it either. Third down here, 54 seconds to go. CJ has one timeout, but I think they'll be going for it on fourth down if it gets to that point.
Yeah. They have the ability to kick a field goal. They kicked like a 27, 28-yarder last week. A couple of them. Pistol formation once again. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 receiver to the near side. Gilbert looking for the out route once again. He's got Stewart out there, and he's going to go out of bounds. I believe that's Wobkin, actually. It's going to be the Wobkin.
Big thing for them is getting out of bounds.
He got enough for the first down to the 11-yard line, so it's a 9-yard pickup.
They can get a first down again at the 1 because he's at the 11. Big thing for Seneca is try and tackle him inbounds and let that clock wind.
47 seconds to go here. Look for the quick out routes. That's what they've been looking for to get to that sideline.
Or maybe a quarterback draw, a halfback draw.
2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Gilbert dropping back to pass, going to go for the home run ball, and it's going to be caught in the hands. It looked like it was going to be caught as it was looking for, I believe, number 4. Excuse me, that's number 3, looking for, well, not sure who that was.
He's coming off. It was number 3, Seth.
Yeah, I thought it was number 3, and they said a different player over the PA system. That's going to be Mills. Incomplete pass.
I mean, he was open, and he had a hand on it, too. So, you know, CJ has had a couple different plays that would have been big gainers, touchdowns, whatever, and it's just gone right through the defender's hands.
This is when we need to get up and jam.
2 receivers on the near side, 1 receiver the far side. Lopez Durman behind Gilbert. Gilbert going to roll out to the near side. Giving chase is going to be the Indians, and it's going to be down, caught in bounds by number 11. Nolan Napier was giving chase to Gilbert. 30 seconds left to go on the clock, and there's going to be a timeout for Carl Junction. First down and goal at third down. Still third down. Ball's at the 5-yard line.
It should be 3rd down and 4 here. And Seth, you want to take 30 seconds?
Yeah, we will take 30 seconds here. When we come back, we'll have the rest of the first half for you right after this.
Marine Center Incorporated is a sponsor of Seneca Athletics. In business since 1979, they offer Mercury and Suzuki motors, along with low boats as well as boat repairs. Located at 4961 Highway 43 in Joplin, Missouri, open Monday through Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 12, and closed on Sunday. For more information, the phone number is 417-781-7450 or online at marinecenterjoplin.com. The Marine Center Incorporated, where the slogan is, your family boating headquarters.
3rd down and 4 coming up here for Carl Junction. Ball placed on the 5-yard line of the Indians. 31 seconds to go here in the first half. Seneca looking to preserve their shutout in the first half here in the coming plays. They can't get a first down on the 1-yard line.
CJ out of timeouts, though, so if you can get them inbounds, they're going to have to rush.
Watch the play action now. You know they've been going a lot of heavy stuff here now. They've been going for the out routes. Now watch for the play action. Lopez Derman behind Gilbert. And it's going to be Gilbert play action looking to throw, and that ball is going to be caught at the back of the end zone. Stewart looked like he was going to go to him. I think Wobkin ended up actually hauling it in the end zone for the touchdown, and Carl Junction finds the way on the board with 25 seconds to go here in the first half.
Yeah, there was 2 guys in the route. It looked like it could have gone to either one of them. Nice job there by the CJ wide receiver. And here you have your swinging gate where if you like what you see, you go for 2. If you're Seneca, you make sure you're lined up correctly, so they go for 1. And CJ will now go back to normal.
25 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Point after try pinning the kicker, number 88, Bryant Hanks, freshman. Good snap. Hold is good. Kick is good. 25 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Seneca leading 35-7 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
And welcome back to Carl Junction, Missouri. Seneca leading 35-2. They still have 6 on the board. I thought for sure they counted that point after try.
I thought they did too. I thought they said it was good.
I must have missed something on there. It's the first time I made a mistake this season. Mark it down. I know.
Nope, there you go. It's on 7 now.
Okay. I know several fans at home listening and close, waiting for my first mistake of the year. You know, it's coming at some point.
First of many.
First of many in the first 5 minutes.
And now you got to watch the onside kick, a pooch kick, whatever. If you're Seneca, you got to make sure that you grab that ball.
Harrison Haynes back deep to receive, both standing about their 11-yard line, and it's going to be an onside kick that's going to be fielded by the Indians up, man. I believe that's Jude King. He's going to come across the 50-yard line and field it. It'd be first down and 10 Seneca there.
Here's the thing. Seneca's still 2 timeouts. I don't think you pass, but maybe do a quarterback draw. Bring them up. You can see if you can go into the fake them out and go for a long run. I mean, you're sitting at the 50, so, you know, if the ball was sitting at your own 20, maybe you don't do anything. But I think you may see them run the ball and see what happens.
They're not in victory formation, so they're going to run a play here. Klaus was reading from his wristband. Receivers each side for Klaus.
I sense quarterback draw.
Klaus going to look to throw a pump fake.
Oh, he's got Ginger. Oh.
He's going to throw it deep, and it's going to go out of bounds. Pyle able to intercept that on the track.
He had Hagen Ginger wide open.
Ginger had a guy over the middle. He was running a post route. He had a safety right on top of him. He also had 2 defenders on the top of Harris on the far sideline. I believe that's who he was looking for on the far sideline.
That's Seneca's ball, so I don't know why they threw it to CJ's side.
Second down and 10 coming up for Seneca with 16 seconds to go here in the first half of play.
I think you run a quarterback draw or straight run by Miller here. And that's what CJ's expecting. They're crowding the box. And
the ball's going to go over Probert's head.
And now
he's going to try to get on top of it. And he's able to get on top of it all the way back on the other side of the 35-yard line. And Seneca will probably just go to the half now, as the last couple of plays on offense have not looked crisp and clean like we saw the first 5 drives of the game.
Yeah, they're just going to half here now, Seth, because CJ doesn't have any timeouts. So
5 seconds left. They're going to let it wind all the way down. We go in the half. Seneca leading 35-7 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. We'll have your halftime show right after this.
Why did God create the human race to begin with? Have you ever thought about that? Why you're here?
Billy Graham.
It's because God loves. God wanted some other creatures in the universe that could love him because they wanted to love him. He gave you a gift that he didn't give any other creature. The gift of free will. You can decide for yourself what your life is going to be. And you can decide for yourself about God. You don't have to come to God.
But if you do come to God, you can experience joy, peace, and purpose like you've never known before.
God can come into your life and change you and make you a new person. forgive all your past and change you and make you somebody that you never dreamed you'd ever be.
And that starts when you have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Discover more at findpeacewithgod.net. That is findpeacewithgod.net. And it's from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Welcome to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show. Once again, here's Ben Walcott.
Welcome back to Carl Junction, Missouri, as we're here at the half, and the halftime show is brought to you by Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance. Coming up at the half, I'll talk with Seneca Band Director Tyler Jones as part of our Indians Minute, and we'll have an interview with a Freeman trainer as part of our Freeman Sports Health Minute. You're listening and watching to Seneca Indian Football here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is better health, better you.
The Indians Minute is sponsored by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Josh Dodson. His office is located at 809 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho, Missouri.
Welcome to today's edition of the Indians Minute here on KNEO. I'm Ben Wolcott. Today we're joined by the Seneca Band Director Tyler Jones. And Tyler, I know you and your band go through a lot to get ready for the season, just like the football team does, just like the softball team does. Why don't you take me through kind of what you guys do to get ready for your band season?
Yeah, we've got 2 weeks of camp, 8 to 4 every day before the school year starts. And then once our band camp is over, we get into the school year and we have first hour band. And then we do evening practices every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 8:30 on the football field or the practice field, whether or not there's a home junior high game or anything like that.
And then you guys obviously play on Friday nights, but you also have your band competitions on Saturdays, which that got kicked off, I believe, last Saturday. Tell me a little bit how you felt like you guys did, and then you guys probably have some more competitions coming up as well.
Yeah, no, we kicked off our competitive season this last Saturday at Ozark High School. We ended up taking second in our class. We didn't end up making finals, but we had a good run, and we got a lot of good comments from the judges to better our show. And then this coming weekend, we are at Missouri State for our Ozarko. And then the weekend after that, we are going to Tulsa for the Renegade Review at Union High School in Tulsa. And then we finish up our competitive season at Blair Oaks for the Missouri State Marching Association Marching Band Championships in hopes to bring home another state placement like we did last year.
Yeah, you guys are the defending state champions in Class 3, so obviously that's something that you're looking to try and hold on to. You guys also did something a little bit unique at the last home game. You guys had some alumni come in and play with you, and you also had your former band director conduct it as well. How special was that for you to see the alumni come back and a former band director come back as well?
Yeah, no, that was a real special moment that we had talked about a little bit last year, and then this year just kind of put all the workings into it and reached out to as many of the alumni as I could. And we had some alumni as far back as that graduated in 2004 show up and come hang out with us. We had, yes, Mr. Christian Woods did conduct it, but we also had Ms. Durbin and Mr. White, who were also former band directors here in Seneca, come out and hang out over in the bandstands with us. But it was just a fun evening getting the alumni to come back, and a lot of them were recent grads, so it was cool for the kids that knew them and looked up to them whenever they were in the program to come back and play in the bandstands with them and get an opportunity to play with them again.
And then I know you guys are busy each and on every Friday night. I think it's been in the last couple years, you've started bringing a percussion drum line to even the away games. What kind of made you decide that you wanted to go to away games as well as obviously do all the home games?
Yeah, no, that was my first year teaching 7 years ago now. I was approached by a couple of the kids in the drum line then, saying this was something they used to do way back, probably 10 years before I even got there, and they thought about bringing it back. And when they came to me, they'd already at the time talked to Coach Hodge, and Coach Hodge had already told them that it was okay if we did it. So basically, I was the bad guy if I said no, or I was the good guy if I said yes. but this is my favorite time of the year. I get to do the marching band stuff and the football side of stuff, and it just kind of marries so well together. But I enjoy the heck out of going to the football games with the drum line, and I even drive the bus for the cheerleaders and the drum line on our way there. So I get to see a whole different side of the football game atmosphere, getting to drive the cheerleaders and drive the drum line and be on the sidelines with the cheerleaders and drum line when we go to those away games. It's a lot of fun.
And I know you guys still have some competitions left, but I know you mentioned the cheerleader, so I'll bring this up. I know last year you guys had some performances once your kind of competition level was done and kind of incorporated the cheerleaders. Are you going to try and do something like that?
Yeah, no, that was something that Nita, the cheer coach, and at the time the dance team coach, and I had talked about before the season even started about doing something together, because there's no reason that it has to be just band that performs once we get into the playoff football. Our time slot is cut in half for what we have to perform, because the other team has the opportunity to bring their pep stuff as well, and we have to give them equal time that we have. So last year, we put our heads together and came up with the band will play while the cheer and dance does a routine to what we play. I think the kids really enjoyed that. The town really enjoyed that. The community in general, the admin, it kind of married all of what we do on a Friday night together for the crowd.
And so is that something that's in the plans for this year?
Yes.
Okay.
It very much is.
Well, it's definitely an exciting time for you, Tyler. I know you're a busy man, and I'm sure this is definitely one of the more exciting times for you, but also might be one of the more stressful times for you. So we appreciate you taking a couple minutes here today on the Indians Minute.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to the Indians Minute, sponsored by Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent Josh Dodson. His office is located at 809 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho, Missouri. For more information, his number is 417-451-1504.
People's Bank of Seneca is proud to support this portion of the game. They offer banking services including checking and savings accounts, CDs, and loans for individuals and businesses. They have locations in the Seneca and Joplin areas and are online at peoplesbankofseneca.com. People's Bank of Seneca, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
A nonprofit organization, a sponsor of high school sports.
It's time for the Freeman Sports Health Minute. The Freeman Sports Team is proud to serve as the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges.
Welcome to another Health Minute here on KNEO. We're once again joined today by Roger Doman with Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Today's topic, what are some keys to preventing injuries?
Keys are preparation. I mean, you've got guys that we've found that if you sit around all summer long, or you're sitting around, all of a sudden you get up and you go and try to work out, and a week later you're playing a game, that's when you get hurt because your body's not conditioned. So a lot of time in the weight room. It's different than when I was in high school. We didn't spend a lot of time. We had a camp here 1 week, camp there. Now they're doing stuff all summer, which I think is good. And in the weight room, they're running, they're staying conditioned. They're getting stronger so they can get faster and they can improve. Just having, your typical, getting hit in the leg, stuff like that, maybe have an MCL sprain or something. Your legs are stronger, stuff that way. Your body's stronger. You might be able to absorb that blow a little bit more than you would if you weren't strong enough. Then maybe it could just be a simple sprain, or you could just have a little strain there as well, but you can still keep playing because you're strong enough to sustain that injury.
For the Freeman Sports Health Minute, I'm Adam Winkler.
Thank you for listening to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show. The teams are headed back out on the field. Seth Wilson and Ben Walcott are ready to go in the broadcast booth, and Daryl Harbaugh is returning to the sideline. The third quarter is almost here. Back with more Indians football after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indians Sports Network.
Happy Egg, based out of Rogers, Arkansas, has been a local business for many years with their free-range farms. They are now taking applications for prospective growers to raise hens. If you have 10 acres of land and are interested in learning more information about becoming a Happy Egg grower, their website is happyegg.com/grower or by phone at 479-925-8855. A supporter of community broadcasting on KNEO.
Jamie and Terry Langford with Langford Insurance at 910 Washington Avenue in Seneca, Missouri are proud to serve our local area and support the Seneca Pride Marching Band. Langford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, and personal insurance needs. For more information, their phone number is 417-776-5433 or online at www.midaminsurance.com. Go Indians!
If God is all-powerful and all-loving, it would seem inconsistent with His nature to allow anyone to be lost.
Now, what the Bible means by the word lost is that you will not go to heaven when you die. Billy Graham.
God is a holy God. He cannot have sin in His presence.
But we're all sinners. So how can you or me or anyone ever not be lost? The answer is Jesus Christ.
God suffered that we might be forgiven. Talk about love. God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish but have everlasting life.
If you'd like to pray with someone about starting a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, call us anytime. 855-255-7729. That is 855-255-PRAY. And it's from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Welcome back to Carl Junction Stadium here at the Bulldog Field as the Indians are leading 35-7. We're at the half. Your halftime show sponsors, Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance. Run through some stats first for Carl Junction. Seneca's defense holding Carl Junction to just 17 rushing yards in the first half, 57 passing yards for Gilbert through the air. He does have 2 interceptions. He also has the passing touchdown. Looks like he's completed about 8 passes out of about 18 attempts tonight for 57 yards. On the ground, Lopez Dermott, 8 rushing attempts for 22 yards total. Stewart, 3 rushing attempts for 18 yards. But they have some negative plays in there to kind of balance them things out. I think my Excel spreadsheet might be messed up a little bit there because that right there in itself is 40 yards. So I think they've got a little bit more than 17 yards. Either way, a great job by Seneca's defense that first half.
Yeah, I mean, sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I mean, we talked about it. This CJ team wants to run to open up the pass, and the Seneca team has done a good job of taking away the run. Seneca always wants to make a team one-dimensional, and so far that's basically what they've done.
39 yards. I missed one cell there on my Excel spreadsheet. So, 39 rushing yards, 57 passing yards tonight for the Bulldogs so far. We were talking about this off the air just a moment ago. I look for CJ to try to get their passing game going more. Those out routes, those slant routes, they're open. They had some success there. Granted, they only had a 26-yard field to work with to try to score a touchdown, and Seneca was almost able to hold them out of the end zone, but a diving out route catch by Wobkin ended up making the difference, ended up being the difference on that drive for them to score and capitalize.
The other thing you got to watch for, because CJ did it there too, is onside kick to start the second half.
And Seneca having some issues with the snap late in that first half, one going low, one going high. So Seneca's really got to shore that up.
Seems like it's been every game.
Yeah.
You know, it hasn't cost them yet in a game, but it's been every game. Go ahead, Coach, wherever you are.
Yeah, well, I'm down here on the track, getting my workout in, Ben. At least, traveling up and down the track here a little bit. But, a little bit sloppier the last 2 or 3 minutes from Seneca.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you Coach Hilburn's not happy about that and not happy about giving the opportunity of CJ getting 7 points.
Right.
I know it's 35-7, but still yet, you want them to play solid the whole game is what it is. I got a feeling they're going to come out and he probably ripped him just a little bit, but also himself. The coaches take a lot on themselves by doing this.
There were some of those passing plays. I mean, they're trying for their shot to keep the defense honest. The play action that was intercepted. I mean, probably one of those balls that he threw a little too high in the air and allowed the defender to be able to recover and make a play because Harris might have had a step on his guy. You know, the first passing completion we had was a 39-yard touchdown strike to Hagen Ginger over the middle. There was nobody within 10 yards of him. Now, since that time, we've had one thrown well short at Blaze Graham's feet, one short to Tyrone Harris, maybe two short to Tyrone. So really got to watch those now going forward. Get back in your running game. I mean, I haven't gone through the Seneca stats yet, but the first half, Roman Miller just 6 carries for 38 yards. Really haven't looked to Roman to be the workhorse tonight. It's been Klaus and Probert, and honestly Harris too. Harris on those jet sweeps, end around jet sweep. He has 86 yards on the ground on 3 attempts tonight. Miller has 38 on 6 attempts. Probert has 61 on 3 attempts, and Klaus 8 carries, 115 yards.
Well, you think about it. I mean, you talk about those jet sweeps. You know, Harris had a 60-yard jet sweep, and Klaus had a 58-yard jet sweep. That's the majority of your offense there on those edge plays. I know Coach talked about watch Hunter Haynes on one of those at one point because it was wide open. But I think Seneca, to begin the second half, they're going to go back to the ground and pound, and they're coming out here early, still 4 minutes to go, well, about 7 minutes to go until we start the second half, and they're probably going to be eager to get the ball. But again, you're going to have to watch for that onside kick because I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah, Jude King did a good job a while ago stepping up to recover the onside kick that was attempted right before halftime. And he's also stepped in tonight, play a little bit of tight end for the Indians, H-back as well, spelling Kai Adams for a few plays. So maybe they do just go, like you said, Ben, back to the ground and pound game because get 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Because right now, Coach mentioned in the first half, I believe he said there were 7 or 8 guys in the box during that first half. And so Seneca tried to open it up a little bit. CJ was able to recover in the secondary and get back there and make plays. Maybe now you just, okay, let's go back to what works for us.
Well, here's the thing. You got 8 or 9 guys in the box, and yet you're still busting out 10, 15 yards. So I don't know why you differ from that.
Well, yeah, what I said was down here, they got 9 guys in the box, and they had nobody over Hagen second quarter, then they ran Hagen on the seam route, and there was just nobody there. That linebacker that's supposed to pick him up, he's up there trying to stop the run, which he hadn't done all night. And Hagen just wide open is the only time, it scared me to death he's going to drop that pass. But
might have gone off the Christmas list if he dropped that.
Trust me, he wouldn't even made it to Halloween candy.
Well, they have varied their coverage, too, in the secondary. Earlier in the game, they were going a little bit of man because we'd send a jet motion guy, and they were following him. Later on, they quit doing that, went back to his zone because we saw Hagen Ginger wide open on that play. That was probably a man coverage. Somebody just completely missed their assignment looking in the backfield, and Ginger had that free release. Now they've gone to a little bit more zone, so you've got a couple yards, a couple steps to be able to give the receiver, okay, look, it's not going to be a run play. Let me get back in pass coverage, and they're able to get back there and make plays. So I'm sure Coach Hilburn knows that. I'm sure the guys up top in the press box, above the press box, are relaying that information. Hey, they switched to zone now, so we've got to be ready for zone coverage downfield rather than man.
And they've been trying to get Tyrone Harris involved with a jet sweep and tried to hit him deep a couple times. It was a shame that it was a low snapping, or Caden Klaus couldn't handle whatever the mesh point or something. Ball got knocked out of his hands. That's on the quarterback. If you got a good snap, ball security.
Yep, that is for sure. We will take a break here. We'll come back with more Halftime Show. Your Halftime Show sponsors, Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
A sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, Southwest Missouri Bank and Neosho, serving the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer personal banking services, including checking and savings accounts, home loans, and online banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, an equal housing lender. Member FDIC, where their slogan is
Southwest Missouri Bank. We can do that.
In life, you have a choice of 2 roads you can follow. One leads to God, and the other away from Him. Billy Graham.
Jesus said there are 2 roads. There's a broad road that leads to destruction and judgment. There's a narrow road that leads to eternal life.
You have to decide which path you take, and if you choose the wrong one, the consequences are devastating.
Jesus Christ said, "Straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it." He said only a few people are going to be on that narrow road that leads to heaven. The great majority will be on the broad road that leads to judgment and hell. Which road are you on?
The road to eternal life starts when you have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Find out more at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. And it's from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Welcome back to Bulldog Field here in Carl Junction, Missouri. The 2 minutes to go until halftime. Halftime is over, actually, as Seneca and Carl Junction both on the field.
But yeah, it's one of those official MSHA rules, so they're all ready to go, but the officials are having to wait for it to count down. And like we said, Seth, I think if you're Seneca, you got to watch the onside kick here. And I mean, they have everybody except 2. I think that's Haynes and is that Harris on that other side back deep. Otherwise, you got 9 guys up within 10 yards of the 10-yard spot.
I was trying to see where maybe Stewart's lining up there on the kickoff coverage team, because if they do a little pooch kick here about to the 32, 33-yard line,
I was thinking
that could be tough for anybody to get to.
Well, I was going to say, that's why I think Haynes and Harris are back at about the 20, because you can come up and field it necessary. And now Kai Adams and Drew Sherwood switch places.
No, they were just talking to each other. They met there right at the CJ, and they went back to each side. It's 45 seconds still until we start the second half. Seneca Indian Football halftime show sponsors Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance. As I'm sure we saw the onside kick before the second half. It's just 35-7. Coach Hafner trying to get anything going for his group to get him involved here to start the second half of homecoming football game for him.
I mean, they got a little bit of momentum there to end the first half, and they'd love to carry it here in the second half. If they could somehow get the onside kick and score, this becomes a whole brand new ball game.
And you know the thing is, such as commentators, Jinx, and I apologize. That's on me, because I said we are moving along in this game. There's 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter play, and it's 7:30. And the next 9 minutes and 30 seconds took an hour. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, because it's 8:36, and we're just getting to the second half. So, things balance out, Seth.
Back deep to receive for the Indians, Harris and Haynes, both standing about the 19, 20-yard line, 18, 20-yard line. As the kicker for Carl Junction, Bryant Hanks, is going to tee this one up.
You have your hands team up there for the Indians. Good hands. You got Graham up there, Ginger up there, Adams up there.
Waiting the go-ahead from the referee, and there's his whistle. And here comes the onside kick attempt once again. And
it didn't go 10
yards, and Seneca's going to go ahead and cover it up anyway at the 48-yard line. They try to take out Caden Klaus, and Ginger covers it up. Smart play by him, because just in case it did touch, the referee thought maybe it touched someone on the up man. You got to cover that up. First down 10 for Seneca at the 48.
Yeah, that's a good job there by Hagan being aware, because CJ can't touch it at all. So
they mark it back to the 49. This is my thinking too. Okay, you've not had much success stopping the ball. Why give them a short field to? I mean, I get it. You're going to get a chance to maybe pull within 3 scores, but
quarterback draw. That's my guess.
Shotgun formation here for Klaus. Handoff's going to go to Miller to the right side. He's got an opening there. He's at the 45, and he's going to get his leg taken out at the 45-yard line, falling forward to the 44. A 5-yard pickup, 2nd down and 5.
But Seneca going back to their bread and butter of running the football, because where did they get into issues, Seth? When they started throwing. Yes, you had the seam pass wide open, but that last couple minutes is where you got in trouble, was trying to throw the ball so much.
Well, that tackle was made by the safety. If your safety's having to come up and make the tackle 5 yards downfield, that's not a good sign. You want to get your D-line, your linebackers to make plays, and that was just safety all the way. And it's going to be Miller running to the right side again. He's got enough for the first down, taking defenders with him, a pile going forward. He's going to get across the 40-yard line down to the 35, 1st down and 10 for Seneca on the 9-yard pickup.
Like Seneca trying to reestablish some dominance here and say, hey, we're bigger than you, even though they're not bigger than them. Just say, hey, we're going to impose our will.
They say he got to the 36, so just an 8-yard pickup for
a first down.
Miller on that one, but it's a 1st down and 10 nonetheless. Handoff's going to go to Miller now. He's going to bounce to the right side. He's got to tuck that ball away, and he's going to have about 5 yards in the play down to the 31-yard line, 2nd down and 5.
And I think that's a linebacker out there that's shooting the gap, but they're able to run right by him.
Ball placed at the 31, 2nd down and 5 coming up for Seneca.
One of these times, don't be surprised if Caden keeps it on here. You're basically lulling them to sleep.
Out to the near side is Tyrone Harris. Double tight formation. Ginger on the far side, King on the near side. Low snap once again, bobbled by Klaus. Klaus is going to look to pass. He's going to throw the home run ball to Ginger over the top. He hauls it down, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Hagen Ginger, as he goes over the top of the defender once again this week and makes a spectacular grab.
I mean, again, the bad snap. Hagen, the safety came over the top. It was just one-on-one, and Hagen wins the battle into the end zone.
Harris, you saw him on the near side. He didn't even run a route. That was just a one-man route for Ginger, and the safety was trying to come over the top and make the play, and the two linebackers and cornerbacks were trying to make the play as well.
They tried to jam him at the line. He barely got out.
It was a little slow developing, too, because it was a low snap, and it actually worked out to the advantage of the Indians. Good snap, good hold, kick is good. 10-14 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 42-7, your score, Seneca in lead here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is better health, better you.
42-7 here in Carl Junction, Missouri, as the clock will start on the next kick and won't stop till a team scores again.
Well, you should
or timeout or something else that's not a typical
I was going to
play.
say if CJ scores. If Seneca scores, the clock will continue.
True. That's true. I apologize. So let's just put it this way. There's a running clock because of the 35-point rule. Whatever those rules imply, that's what's going to happen now.
Yes.
Sherwood going to have a huddle up with his guys before he puts the ball on the tee. Back deep to receive Lopez, Derman, and Piles on the 14-yard line. Piles on the far hash, and Lopez, Derman on the near hash at the 15. Sherwood's got the go-ahead, and it's going to be a high short kick that Piles is going to come up in the field at the 23-yard line. He's got a little bit of an opening, and coming up to make the play immediately for the Indians, Brock Pendergraph. He takes him down, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for CJ at that spot.
Make sure you stay tuned after tonight's game for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also, check out our live scoreboard during the game. Go to kneo.org/sports. Click on the scoreboard link to get the latest scores from games around the area as they're happening.
Ball placed at the 28-yard line of CJ. Game brought to you tonight by Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, the Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, and Community Bank and Trust. Receivers to the far side this time for Gilbert. Lopez Derman behind him. Going to send Stewart in motion, and it's going to be a handoff to Lopez Derman up the middle. He's got a little bit of steam, and he's going to be brought down, though, a big gain as Probert and Haynes takes down Lopez Derman. So a little bit quicker there on that play for Carl Junction. They get about 8 yards on that one.
Yeah, looks like Seneca just missed some tackles there up the middle.
A lot of congestion up front. Lopez Derman able to squeak through and get 8.
And again, it's kind of like Hunter Haynes. He's small enough that he's able to hide behind his lineman, and Seneca had a hard time finding him.
2nd down and 2. Now, if you're CJ, you got 2nd and short. Why not go for a deep ball?
All right.
2 receivers to the far side. Going to send Stewart in motion once again. It's going to be a handoff. No, it's going to be a pass. Gilbert's going to wind up and throw the deep ball. That's going to be incomplete. Good coverage downfield. And CJ fans are yelling, wanting to flag, but good job by Tyrone Harris, step for Wobkin on the far side.
Yeah, good job by him there. Pan fighting on both sides, so probably a good no decision there. And there's your shot, Seth. 3rd down, and Seneca almost got to the quarterback.
Well, if you notice on the front, if you go to replay or anything like that, Tyrone Harris has just bodied him up or off the line of scrimmage and took him off his route.
You can still hear the fans on this near side just not upset with a no call on the last play. 3rd down and 2. 2 running backs behind Gilbert. 1 receiver to split out to the far side. I believe that's Wobkin. And it's going to be a handoff to Marquez Lopez Derman. And he's going to get enough to get the first down up to the 39-yard line. He had to get to the 38, 1st down and 10.
Yeah, Seneca did a good job of pushing him back, and you saw there too, once they basically had him stop, they were ripping at the ball trying to get another turnover.
Nose of the ball just shy of the 40. We'll call it the 40, so we'll give him 4 yards on the play. I'll be generous. 4 yards on that carry for
Such a
Lopez
nice guy,
Derman.
Seth.
8:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers split out to the near side with Stewart and White. Lopez Derman behind Gilbert. And there's 2 guys look like they went in motion, and it's going to be play action. Gilbert going to look to throw. He's got Nolan Napier in his face. Now he's going to step up in the pocket and throw it deep downfield, and that ball's almost intercepted by Hunter Haynes. He was trying to get his feet back around. Right, excuse me, that's Caden Klaus.
Yeah.
And it looked like the receiver was going more of a post route that was intended for Stewart, and Gilbert threw it back to the other side. Now, Napier doing a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, making him step up a little bit, throwing him off his footwork.
Also, 3 Seneca defenders on 1 CJ player. So that might have been a kind of a one-man route there. It's a late sub here by CJ.
Now they're going back to a bunch set here, 2 wing backs, 2 receivers. Pistol set behind the center. Gilbert going to look for the out route. He's going to have it caught, completed to number 3. And again, that's what I said during the halftime. They're going to start going for those quick hitters, those out routes, because that's what they had success with on that 26-yard drive to end the first half to score their only point of the game.
Sherwood also stumbled trying to keep up with the receiver out of the break, and sometimes that happens because they obviously know where they're going and you don't.
A 13-yard pickup for Mills on that reception, his first reception of the night. 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun formation, pistol formation, now a little bit offset pistol formation for Gilbert and the Bulldogs. Going to send Stewart in motion, and it's going to be Lopez Derman up the middle. Makes a stutter step at the line of scrimmage, going to get across the 45 to the 44-yard line. 43. Pick up a 4, 2nd down and 6.
This is kind of how CJ started the game. Got a drive going, and then it stalled out. See if Seneca can force a negative play here.
6:30 to go. 3rd quarter. The clock has stopped for some reason. Oh, there it goes.
I was going to say it's going on this side.
This one, I'm looking at the other end zone. It paused for a second, then all of a sudden it's picked up 4 seconds. 2nd down and 6 coming up for Carl Junction. Again, that bunch set, 2 receivers, 2 wingbacks. Handoff's going to go to Stewart to the far side on the jet sweep. Seneca trying to spill it out to the outside. Good job by the Indians defense. Probert there to spill it out to the outside even further for Haynes and Klaus to come up and pick up the scraps. Pick up maybe 1 on the play. Good job by the Seneca defense on the jet sweep with Stewart.
He tried to bounce it outside, and Seneca had defenders there.
3rd down and 5.
They haven't fixed on this scoreboard the timeouts. Both teams have 3. They still have their first half totals over there.
5:44 to go in the 3rd quarter. Seneca leading 42-7. 3rd down and 5 coming up. Split out to the near side is Wobkin and Stewart. Pistol formation. Gilbert is going to hand it off to Lopez Derman up the middle. He's got enough for the first down. Making the tackle is Connell Trueluck at the 36-yard line.
And I think that's Renfro at the bottom of the pile trying to make sure he's okay. Just might have got stepped on. He's shaking his hand a little bit. But he doesn't want to come out, so I don't see him coming out anytime
Well,
soon.
last week I said something about his hands getting injured. He said he was just looking for his towel. Now I think his hand is actually
I was going to
injured.
say, he's not looking for his towel now. I know that.
Two receivers split out to the near side this time for Gilbert. Pistol formation with Lopez Derman behind him. Gilbert going to look for the out route once again. And it's just going to be a straight curl route hauled in by number 10 straight. And he's going to be across the 30 to the 29-yard line, a pickup of 7.
This is where you want to play bump coverage a little bit. Seneca giving them 5-6 yards of space, and those are easy pitch. Well, I should say those should be easy pitch and catches.
First down and 10 for Carl Junction. 4:17 to go, third quarter. Two receivers on the near side, one on the far side. Now they're just going to go for a wheel route on the far sideline, and it's going to be incomplete, just overthrew his intended target. I believe that's number 3 on the far sideline, Mills.
Yeah, they like that one-on-one. Harris was with him step for step, but Klaus came over a little bit late. He was trying to help out over the top.
Well, they're trying to play into our man-to-man coverage and not allowing our safety to get over the top on that wheel route because you had two receivers on the near side, so Klaus is naturally going to cheat a little bit this way to help out on coverage where there's two more guys. Two running backs behind Gilbert. Handoff's going to go to Lopez Derman. He's going to be wrapped up by Roman Miller, and he's going to have enough for the first down as Miller and Adams slowed him down, and Don Brown takes him down. Ball placed at the 22, so they're getting good chunks of yardage here. They're going to move it back now to the 24.
Problem for them is they're taking up a lot of time to do this.
3 minutes to go, third quarter.
Both teams only one possession. Seneca went down and scored. I don't know how long this drive has been, but they haven't scored yet.
7 minutes so far. Two receivers to the far side this time for Gilbert. Going to send Stewart in motion. It's going to be Stewart rubbed into the boundary. Tries to make a cutback. Coming up to make the play is the Indians defense. First man there for the Indians, Drew Sherwood, forcing him back inside to Adams and Ginger. And it's going to make it second down.
Now, it looks like he didn't gain a yard there. So, like you said, good job of them forcing it to the outside. Or forcing it back inside from the outside.
Sherwood was the first man there and just turned him right back around. Stewart tried to make that 90-degree cut because he saw Sherwood lost his footing and the rest of the Indians defense to come in and help out. 2:20 to go here in the third quarter. Again, back to that double wing, double receiver look. And Gilbert play action. Looking for the out route. Once again, that ball is going to be incomplete. Looking for the far out route. Tyrone Harris there on the coverage, but it was behind and over the head of his intended target, Piles.
And I think you had a linebacker underneath and then Harris over the top.
He was lucky he threw it over because Harris jumped the route, and that would have been a pick six.
Yeah. He was reading that one. 1:45 to go here in the third quarter play. Seneca leading 42-7.
Say, shouldn't the clock still be running? It took a minute for it to go. But
Stewart split on the far side. Wobkin split on the near side. One of the receivers split on the far side. Gilbert going to look to throw. Looking for the out route. That's going to be hauled in.
No, incomplete.
Incomplete. As it's broken up at the last minute by Drew Sherwood. Good defensive hands there by Sherwood to make it 4th down and 10. Good job to him and a break on the ball.
Yeah, because the wide receiver had it, and he stripped it out there at the last second.
4th down and 10. 1:14 to go in the third quarter. Seneca defense looking for a stop here to get off the field on 4th down. The out routes have been their go-to. The last two plays, though, we've seen the Seneca secondary come up with a great play. Wobkin and Stewart split out to the far side. On the near side is Mills. Pistol formation.
And Hagan
came free, but I think there's a false start. The umpire is going to call something here because Hagan came in and said maybe he flinched the ball, did the center.
We'll
see what the official word is momentarily from Mike Vining, the referee. There's a dead ball. False start's going to march him back 5, 4th down and 15.
Just makes their 4th down play a little bit tougher.
that first half, Seneca penalized 5 times for 45 yards, and CJ only had the 1 penalty for 15 yards on the point after try jumping over the center. So that's their first really miscue as far as just regular play mistakes.
And this will be the last play of the third quarter, more than likely.
2 receivers on the far side, a wing back, and a receiver on the near side. Gilbert going to look for the quick hitter, and coming in to wrap him up and take him down is Jace Renfro as he lays him down on the turf like putting a baby to bed as Gilbert sacked into the third quarter. And we'll go to the fourth, Seneca leading 42-7 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Cedar Lane Farm and Garden at 143 Cherokee Avenue in Seneca is your local feed dealer and a supporter of Seneca Indian Sports. Offering vet, livestock, and pet products, Cedar Lane also carries a full line of farm and garden supplies. For more information, contact Cedar Farm and Garden on Cherokee Avenue in Seneca today. The number is 417-776-8231. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. through 2 p.m. for your convenience. Go Indians!
The staff at Mid-America Specialty Markets, along with Jamie and Terry Langford, are proud to serve our community and support the local high school students in their extracurricular activities this school year. Langford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, commercial, and personal insurance needs. Please stop by and see us at our office at 908 Washington Avenue, or call us at 417-776-LIFE, or visit us at midaminsurance.com.
First down and 10, Seneca to open up the fourth quarter after the Jace Renfro stack on 4th down and 15. And Seneca still has their ones out there as you have Kai Adams, Brody Probert, and I can't tell if that's Laughlin or if that's Klaus in the backfield with him.
That's Klaus. Klaus and Probert.
Shotgun formation. Handoff's going to go to Probert to the left side. Going into the boundary. Now he's going to make a cut up a field. He's at the 45-50, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown Seneca Indians. Touchdown Brody Probert as he takes it in from 65 yards out, and the Indians add to their lead.
He just is so much faster than everybody, and like Daryl has said, I mean, you get to that second level and nobody's there for CJ. And
I thought the clock stopped on scores.
Maybe I think it's supposed to, but
whatever.
They may be hoping to keep their misery as little as possible.
So Probert runs that one in from 65 yards out. Waiting the snap here for the Indians. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. 11:06 to go here in the fourth quarter play. Seneca leading 49-7 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Looking for a bank that puts community first? Look no further than First Community Bank. With our friendly service, convenient locations, and a wide range of financial products and services, we're here to meet all your banking needs. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a home, or starting a business, we're committed to helping you achieve your financial goals. Come experience the First Community Bank difference today. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's that time of year again. On Friday nights, you can come out and watch the Seneca Indians play football. And then on Sundays, let me invite you to come right next door to the Seneca football field to the Seneca Church of Christ. On Sundays, we have Bible classes for all age groups at 9 a.m. and worship services at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. On Wednesdays, we have Bible classes at 7 p.m. And on Tuesday mornings during the school year, we have Devo and Donuts at 7 a.m. for all junior high and high school students. We love to have you come visit us. We are proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Go Indians!
And welcome back here to Carl Junction, Missouri. Seneca leading 49-7 with 10:26. They finally stopped the clock. They let about an extra 30 seconds run off the clock after Probert scored. Actually, I don't know if it was 30 seconds after. It was probably a whole minute after he scored because it only took him like 10 seconds to get down the field there. So Seneca will be kicking this one off as Piles and Lopez Durman stand on about their own 18-yard line. Piles going to field this one at the 15. Now he's going to try to go to the right side. Trying to get blockers set up in front of him. He's got a little bit of an alleyway. He's still on his feet. Connell Trueluck's going to spin him down and take him to the turf, though. Great job by Trueluck, and there's going to be a holding penalty all the way back here at the 23-yard line coming from Mike Vining, the referee.
Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. You may visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC and equal housing lender, proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians. And to keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule, be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X, Twitter at KNEO917 Sports. And everyone at the Neosho Daily News, wish the Seneca Indians good luck.
So legal block in the back, all the way back at the 23-24 yard line. Game brought to you tonight by Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, Prairie Top Chiropractic, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, Four State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Gas and Snack, and Neosho Chamber of Commerce. So a block in the back against CJ. That's only their second penalty of the second half.
Third penalty overall, correct?
Yes. So take the ball all the way back to about the 12-yard line.
We'll see if CJ brings in some number 2s.
Seneca has number 2s in there.
Defensively.
Brant Laughlin in there, Jude King, Cade Finley. Not Easton Hayes and Jagger Wilson in there in the secondary.
I think you got one still in there.
2 running back formation for Gilbert. Gilbert's going to look to throw. He's got the connection made on the far sideline. Still on his feet, and here comes the rest of the Indians to stop him at about the 21-yard line. So pickup of 9, 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, I think 2s are in for Seneca, but I think 1s are still in for CJ.
Yeah, they are. That pass was complete on that far sideline to number 11.
They have a backup quarterback warming up for CJ, so we'll see how much longer before they get maybe some of their 2s in.
Even if they score, it's still going to be a running clock with 8:30 to go here in this one.
Yeah.
Split backs behind Gilbert. He's in shotgun. Handoff's going to go to Lopez Derman. He's going to get hit hard, spinning out of the first contact. King had him there in the backfield. Lopez Derman spun out of that one. He keeps his feet churning across the 30 to about the 35-yard line. And it looks like Carl Junction's getting ready to sub in a bunch of guys.
I'm very confused because you have this side judge at the 28-yard line.
Hey, he thought maybe he went down. I thought he went down all the way back here at the 28, but I think he still was able to stay on his feet and get up to about the 33.
But CJ calls a timeout.
Carl Junction calls a timeout with 8:02 to go here in the game. We'll take a timeout with him. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
And welcome back here in the fourth quarter in Carl Junction. 8 minutes to go in this one. Seneca leading 49-7. Carl Junction subbing out as well. Handoff's going to go to the first man through, and he's going to be brought down immediately. Coming in to make the play, number 51 for the Seneca Indians, Lucas Stevens.
Yeah, only got about a yard on the play, so good job there by him.
I didn't see who the ball carrier was. Coach, did you have a number on the ball carrier on that one? Is that 49 coming through there?
Keep walking, Coach. Keep walking.
Either way, he got a yard. 2nd down and 9. Pistol formation. Going to look to throw the out route, and it's going to be completed over here on the near sideline to Hanks at the 39-yard line, a pickup of 6. 3rd down, about 4.
That's their kicker that caught that.
Yep.
Didn't you say their kicker's a freshman too? So
I believe so, yeah.
Getting some good experience here on a Friday night.
So Diskin, their quarterback, number 12, is a sophomore, 6'1", 190. 2 receivers split out to the far side this time for him. Jones is going to go in motion. It's going to be a jet to Jones. He's trying to get to the outside. Hanging on to him is Jude King. He's going to be close to the yard again. Let's see the mark is forward progress. He got across the 40, I believe, to the 43-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go in this one.
He might be a yard short.
I think they got him at the 42. I think you're right. 4th down and 1. So Jones gets about 3 on that carry. 6:22 to go in this one. Seneca Indian football brought to you tonight by People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Prolube Maintenance Center, the Seneca School District, Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Seneca Church of Christ, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and Christian Healthcare Ministries.
4th and short, just see a straight quarterback run here.
Handoff's going to be the quarterback taking it up the middle, and I'm not sure he got there. Good job by Seneca's defense. It's going to be a turnover on downs. Coming in to make the play, Lucas Stevens and Silas Ball, and they stop him short of the yard to gain as Diskin lost a yard, I believe, as he went back to the 41. Good job by Seneca's defense to come in there and get the stop on 4th down, and Seneca will be able to run out the clock.
Yeah, good job there, like you said, by the defense to break through the line and get a stop there, and now you can see if maybe the twos can try and score one here.
5.5 minutes to go here in this one. 49-7 your score. Don't know if we'll eclipse that 50-point mark because it's been done each of the last 3 games. One team or the other has scored 50 points.
You got to score to make that happen. So
Laughlin in at quarterback now. And he's going to roll out to the left side. Now he's just going to take it and make a cut back at the 44-yard line. Still on his feet, makes another miss at the 40. And he's at the 35. Makes another cut back at the 31. Penalty flag thrown at the 30. I'm not sure if it's a holding. Another penalty flag comes flying in late from the back judge.
So that's going to be they're going to sign a warning on CJ, but the back judge has a personal foul, I think, blindside block.
I think he's got a holding on Connell Trullo because he was taking his defender downfield. The back judge calling something. And now they're going to talk to the other official. I think it's just a sideline warning. There's not going to be
Do those offset,
No. Sideline warning is nothing. They get a warning first, and if they have another one, then it's a penalty. And there's a block in the back on Seneca. So all that running for nothing.
Well, he's still got some yards because it's from the spot of the
That's
foul
all at the 21. So he's going to get a first down.
Yeah. It'll either be 1st and 1 or 1st and 10.
That'll be a 1st and 10 because the penalty flag's thrown at the 21-yard line. The ball will be placed at the 31. It'll be maybe a half yard. So we're going to give Laughlin 10 yards on that carry. He got more than that.
They haven't moved the chains. There they go. I was going to say. It is a 1st and 10, Seth, as Laughlin going to carry it up the middle.
He's going to bounce to the outside now at the 25-yard line. Going to be brought down about the 24-yard line. So he got a gain of 10 the first time, and now he got a total of about – there's another penalty flag on the field.
Where?
Sitting at the 23.5-yard line.
They picked it up.
What is that on the field? Then there's another one right there at the middle of the field. Ball's at the 23.
I think that I don't know what that is, but it's not a penalty flag.
So 18-yard pickup there for Laughlin. It's going to be Ball carrying it to the far side. He's at the 20, the 15, lowers his shoulder at the 15-yard line, down to the 14-yard line, goes Silas Ball. Enough for the first down. And if I'm not mistaken, they had that at the 31, and he got down to the 23 a while ago. Is that right?
Yes, it was 2nd and 2.
So I'm a little bit behind there on my drive chart yardage, but so he got 8 yards, so it was 2nd down and 2, and now they're quickly on the ball. Is the Seneca offense. Laughlin going to dart in and out of defenders, down to the 1-yard line, into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Brant Laughlin, as he takes it in from 14 yards out.
Well, there's your 50 mark, Seth, as Laughlin just doing a good job. The two's doing a good job of creating a lane for him and getting into the end zone. As the clock continues to wind here, Seneca will go for 1, try and make this 56-7. And, this Seneca team has been very dominant this year, and I don't know if anybody expected this kind of game here tonight. A number 9 team in Class 4.
The ones come back on for the point after try. Good snap, good hold. Kick is going to go up, and it is good. 2:30 to go here in this one. Seneca leads 56-7 on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
Welcome back to Carl Junction, Missouri, as Seneca adds points on the board quickly now. Behind Laughlin had 3 carries and Ball had a carry, and they moved the ball quickly downfield about 42 yards, 41 yards in just about 4 plays.
Seneca had a late kickoff man come in because they're using their number 2s, and I think that's Jagger Wilson kicking off.
A high end-over-end kick. That's going to bounce out about the 24-yard line. It's going to roll to the 20. Piles are going to try to get to the outside. Coming up to make the play is Wilson, maybe Cade Finley. And that's going to be out of bounds at about the 38-yard line.
Almost looked like his knee was down there when he picked up the ball.
So Piles takes it back to the 38. First down and 10 at that spot.
See how many plays CJ can get here.
And I'm going to take a seat, Ben. I haven't sat down the entire game besides halftime. Usually we don't call much of any of the games sitting down. We're involved in every moment of it, but I'm going to take a seat here and watch the last 2 minutes of this game as it's under 2 minutes. Probably only 1 or 2 more plays is all CJ will be able to get ran. Split back formation behind Diskin. Handoff's going to go the first man through. He's going to bounce to the outside, and he's made a couple defenders miss, still on his feet. He's going to be finally brought down across midfield, across the 45-yard line. So a couple missed tackles there, but number 32 for Carl Junction gets a big chunky yardage all the way down to the 43.
Yeah, Seneca just missed some tackles there.
19-yard pickup for number 32 for Carl Junction. That is KJ Harms, the junior.
We got some wild games going on, Seth, in the area that we'll talk about in the Final Drive scoreboard show here in a couple minutes.
Split back formation. Handoff's going to go to Harms again. He's going to get hit hard at the line of scrimmage. First man there, Jude King, and he's going to help take him down. The rest of the cavalry comes in to take down Harms. He got to the 41-yard line, a pickup of 2, second down and 8.
They got 40 seconds. They may be able to get 2 snaps here. Just depends on how quick they go.
I believe they said that Ryder Owens also in on the stop for the Indians.
For Seneca, you want to try and keep them out of the end zone here.
CJ's taking their time to get the play in. So
it's very close to if you need to snap it or not. They may not even have to snap it.
Well, they're going to run one more play either way, and they're probably call it good after that.
They were missing a player on there.
Diskin in shotgun formation, split back formation behind him. Handoff's going to go to Harms again. He's going to lower his shoulder. And King, the first man there, coming up to help out for the Indians. I believe that's number 51, Lucas Stevens, and that's going to do it. Seneca wins this one 56-7. We come back, we'll have your post-game show for you right after this.
In life, you have a choice of 2 roads you can follow. One leads to God, and the other away from Him. Billy Graham.
Jesus said there are 2 roads. There's a broad road that leads to destruction and judgment. There's a narrow road that leads to eternal life.
You have to decide which path you take, and if you choose the wrong one, the consequences are devastating.
Jesus Christ said, "Straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it." He said only a few people are going to be on that narrow road that leads to heaven. The great majority will be on the broad road that leads to judgment and hell. Which road are you on?
The road to eternal life starts when you have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Find out more at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. And it's from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
Ready to buy your dream home? Look no further than First Community Bank's Mortgage Department. Our experienced team is here to help you every step of the way from pre-approval to closing. With competitive rates, flexible terms, and personalized service, we'll make sure your home buying process is a breeze. Visit First Community Bank today and let us help make your dream home a reality. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you're growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10-plus acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Indians!
And welcome back to Carl Junction, Missouri. Your final score tonight, 56-7 in favor of your Indians. We're going to send it down to the field, and Coach Harbaugh has got Hunter Haynes down there at the 45-yard line. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, I got Hunter Haynes here tonight. I'm telling you what, in the first quarter, Hunter, when CJ was driving, you made 2 great plays to stop that drive. Tackle and a tip ball. I mean, we were lucky you were 5'5" and not 5'4" or something because you barely tipped that ball.
I'm not.
5'7", sorry. He's 5'7", boys, and at least 88 pounds. I don't know what he weighs.
I weigh 140.
But you got up there and tipped that ball away from him.
I was playing phone, and coach got me ready for it. I was trying to get back there, intercept it. I didn't play it right. They did a great job covering it, though.
Well, you played right in the second quarter because you picked one off into over here on the deep when they tried to throw it off.
Yeah, I honestly don't know who they're near there. But.
Having some technical issues there, Coach. If we've lost you completely there, Coach. As Coach is down there talking to Haynes, and we'll see if we can get him back here in just a second. Having some issues with our microphone, so he's having a good interview with Hunter. Unfortunately, we can't hear a single word he's saying.
At the moment, I got nothing. I'm doing my best. There you go, right there. We got you back.
We got back. Okay, it's kind of sketchy here whether we're on or not. If they can't hear me or not. But you had a good pick 6 out here.
Yeah.
Said we was expecting the run back.
I'm sorry. I guess I didn't meet the expectations.
Well, you did a great job tonight, and you always do a great job. And hi, would you?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Come here, Hagan. 2 touchdown passes tonight. The first one, you haven't caught one with nobody on you. Them guys have been hanging on you, and you were wide open. They threw it to you, and I thought this is going to be the one you drop.
Yeah, I got scared when I realized I was wide open. No one within 30 yards of me. Kind of eyes got real big. Had to focus in and catch it.
Well, it looked like the guy that tried to get you played the run a little bit too much.
Oh, yeah, when we're pounding down their throat all night, that's what happens. They're going to come down and try to make a play.
Last one down here, touchdown pass. You went over 3 of them, came down with it, got it in the end zone. I thought you got mauled at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah, I did not get out clean. The smoke went C-gap, and it just blew me up, and I rolled over, and by that time I looked up, the ball was already in my hands. I didn't know where the defenders were or nothing.
Well, you made a good catch and a good run afterwards to get the ball in the end zone. And, you know, they always tell me, he said, aren't you going to say anything about Hagan's catch? And I went, he's finally doing what he's supposed to do. Is that right? Catch the ball, make a touchdown.
Ball, I got to do my part.
Exactly. Guys, I'm going to send it back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. But had Hagan Ginger and Hunter Haynes down there. Haynes doing a great job on the defensive side of the football, coming out of those breaks. I mean, the secondary played a great game. Really didn't expect to see a whole lot of passing from Carl Junction tonight. They want to run the football. They are a power spread type of team, but Seneca's defense up front stopping the running game and making Carl Junction go to their passing game, which is not really what they want to do.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, if you could stop the run and make them pass the ball, it'd be a long night for CJ, and that proved true.
All right, we're going to take a break here. We come back. I'm sure Coach Hilburn will make his way up here. He probably doesn't even know where we're at. Usually I talk to him, let him know, but he's on the 25-yard line. So we'll take a break here. We come back. We'll have the head coach of the Seneca Indians, Coach Cody Hilburn, right after this.
Are you the cup half empty person, or is the cup half full? Honestly, it's easy for each of us to grumble and complain at times about circumstances or people in our life. Can a negative person become more positive? The answer is yes. God's attributes are love, joy, peace, and the list goes on. The Bible describes these qualities as the fruit of God's Spirit living within us. These qualities don't come naturally, but are the results of having a relationship with God. Maybe you've tried to be positive in your own strength, but were tired of trying to keep up a facade. Jesus Christ died on the cross to provide forgiveness and hope. Through faith in Christ, we enter a relationship with God. Start a new and positive journey in your life through Christ. Call 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us at chataboutjesus.com.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options, including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
And we welcome you back to Carl Junction, Missouri. I'm joined by the head coach of the Seneca Indians, Coach Cody Hilburn, and congratulations on another big win up here, coming up here and spoiling Carl Junction's homecoming. First time you guys have played in 9 years, and you're able to walk away with a big victory tonight.
Yeah, I told our kids I was extremely proud of them, not because the scoreboard necessarily, but just the way they approach the week, and it's been pretty consistent like this for the last 3 weeks, and this was a hot week, and it could have been a week that we take a step back. And it was the exact opposite. I thought our practices just built like you wanted them to build. You set the foundation on Monday, and then Tuesday's a little bit better, and Wednesday's a little bit better, and all of a sudden you tighten the screws down on Thursday. And they just went about it the right way, and they understand that you don't show up on Friday nights and just have success. There's a process that goes to it, and we're starting to grow up a little bit.
You and I talk on Wednesday. We have our weekly meeting, and you talk about how your defensive scheme's coming together, and it was nice to see that. I was able to go watch a little bit of practice on Thursday. It was nice to see how you and Coach Crane scheme things up, and then it comes to fruition on Friday night. You guys are exactly where they're supposed to be at. That first drive for Carl Junction, 11 plays, 39 yards, stalled out down about the 31-yard line. And once you got your footwork right, once you got the schemes right, you guys were able to shut them down on the rushing side of the ball like you wanted to. Yeah,
sometimes it takes a little bit to get caught up to game speed, and our scout team does a tremendous job. I think they give us one of the best looks that I've ever been around. However, when you get to Friday night, it's just a little bit faster. And on that first drive, I think we saw that. We were in the correct spots. We were just a step slow, and I felt good about our fits, and I felt like we would settle in, and that's what we did.
And so you were able to slow down the rushing game from Carl Junction. I believe their biggest play of the night against your ones was an 11-yard jet sweep to Stewart, maybe just a run straight up the middle. Other than that, they didn't have a double-digit rushing attempt till early fourth quarter when there was a running clock, a 12-yard carry by Lopez Derman, and then one of the twos coming in for Carl Junction have a 19-yard run. You hold them under 100 yards rushing in the night. They had to go to their passing game. 27 passing attempts tonight for Gilbert. I believe he only completed 11 of those passing attempts throughout the entire night. You guys really forced their hand into doing something they probably necessarily didn't want to do. They like to beat people with their speed on the outside.
Yeah, 100%, and that was our focus, is we had to stop the run just because nobody had done that yet, and we knew it was going to be a challenge, so we definitely loaded the box and committed to doing that, and we made him go to Plan B, and that's always our goal, is to make a team do something that they don't want to do, and we got him to that, and they completed a few on us, but I thought our secondary, for the most part, did a pretty good job.
Speaking of your secondary, a couple of times looked like they were going to have a defender wide open. One play, I believe, is on their first drive. They had Stewart down here. He had to just a step on his man, and when he was running a corner out, and Haynes retreats the last second, gets a fingertip on the ball, bats that one down, has an interception later on in the first half, and have another interception by the Seneca defenders on a batted ball. I believe it went down in the hands of I'm drawing a blank on who it went down to, but another interception by your defense. When they went to the second plan, they were there for Plan B too. They were ready to go.
Yeah, you talk about Hunter Haynes. We made the move to Hunter playing safety. I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. Opened the season as corner and as a nickel guy for us. So now he's playing the safety and he's still learning. But I tell you what, that kid can come down and tackle. I mean, he is extremely good at once he sees run coming down and making tackles and tackling low and understanding what his ability is. And then the second part is understanding, trusting your key and getting over the top. So it was good I think he probably took a false step and then he was able to recover and get back there and make a play on the ball.
And their running backs, Marcus Lopez, Derman number 2 and number 4, very fast. Derman is a load to carry, and he spins out of contact. And your guys were doing a good job getting to Kai Adams. We saw 2 plays down here on the north side, or back-to-back plays. Adams was in the backfield exactly where he was supposed to be at, wrapping up and taking down the ball carrier. I mean, just a beautifully executed, orchestrated defensive scheme for you guys.
Yeah, we had seen. I mean, we see good running backs. The Dotson kid from Mount Vernon is really good, but what we saw of this kid, he was so physical in the box, but yet he was explosive and can make you miss, and had a real nice spin move that just kept showing up on film. So we knew it was going to be tough to contain him, but you can't do that by one person being in the fit. You got to get 11 halves to the football, and yes, they're trying to do that, and technically you're going to have one person in the fit, but we can't. We got to refuse to be blocked, and you got to get off your block, and we got to gang tackle, and I thought that's what we did tonight.
Switching gears now to the offensive side of the football. Start out the game, a couple plays here or there. Actually, a second play, I believe it was. Squirt free for about 58 yards down the sideline, 57 yards. Had a couple of other ones on your next couple of succession of possessions for you guys. We were able to get big chunks of yardage. For example, Probert tonight, 4 carries, 126 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's kind of unheard of. Tyrone Harris, 3 carries, 86 yards. He able to bust around. One of the mesh points down here in the south end zone, we had no clue he had the ball. That was one of the most crisp and clean mesh points that we've ever seen on that jet sweep around with Harris.
Yeah, we did some. We started to let the offensive game plans build a little bit this week, and we've been pretty vanilla so far, and it probably doesn't even show up. But I think we had 18 different formations on the call sheet tonight. I don't know how many we got to tonight. We had 6 different personnel groupings and ran more too tight. We hadn't ran a whole lot of too tight all year, and got in some too tight sets and. And I thought our kids did a good job executing that. And that's what we have to continue to do. We can't get complacent on offense just because we've been able to score points. We have to continue to build our offense and play to some of our – we got some nice pieces on offense that we have to get involved, and we're still finding different ways to do that.
I mean, your main ball carrier, Miller, in the backfield really wasn't executed a whole lot until the second half. I believe he only had 5 or 6 carries in the first half, and you come out in the second half, you run about 4 or 5 plays just straight. I don't know if it was a power play or what it was, but getting Miller going a little bit just to kind of keep the defense honest and kind of make him be more vanilla, and you were getting big chunks of yardage again, making safeties make plays.
Yeah, I think maybe that's the difference in us this year is that we got 3 guys back there that can carry the load at any time, and I swear I don't. And when you look at the numbers, it always seems to be pretty balanced in carries, and I never think about it. It's not like I chart, this guy's going to get 10 carries, it's just in the flow of the game, and I have full faith in all those guys, and obviously that starts with our offensive line.
The offensive line doing a great job. We made the analogy giving a line a hole so big that you could drive a Mack truck through. Coach likes to say a freight train can drive through that hole, but your offensive line just opening up and gashing the defenses for 50-yard plays. That's exactly what you want to see if you're an offensive coordinator. Offensive line that's got experience doing the job that they need to do to make the running back jobs easier.
Yeah, and we're starting to see a lot of fronts, and I think when you run the ball really well and have success, you're going to see a lot of different stuff. And we weren't sure what we were going to get tonight, and we got a couple different things. They came out in one front and then switched to a different front, and it was pretty seamless. And that's, a lot of teams, it takes till halftime to make those adjustments, and we have the luxury of trusting our veterans on our offensive line to kind of make the adjustments, and then they come to the sideline, we're just able to tweak them a little bit, and we don't lose our momentum.
All right, Coach, congratulations on your win again tonight. We'll let you go. Big victory tonight here at Carl Junction.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, we'll take a break. We come back, we'll have more post-game show for you right after this.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
Welcome back into here to the postgame show in Carl Junction, Missouri. Getting your final score tonight, 50-67 in favor of the Indians. Postgame show sponsors Crowder College and the Seneca School District. Time to run through some stats real quick. Gilbert for Carl Junction was 11 of 27 for 86 yards. Lopez Derman on the ground tonight, 14 carries, 61 yards. Stewart, 5 carries, 19 yards. Gilbert was sacked twice. Diskin had a couple rushing attempts for 3 rushing attempts for -3. Jones had a few rushing attempts for 4 yards. Stewart was the main target tonight, 3 receptions for 19s. Wobkin had 2 receptions for 20 yards. Jones had 1 for 7. Straight had 1 for 7. Goddard had 3 receptions for 20 yards. Mills had 1 reception for 13 yards. So on the ground tonight for Carl Junction, 96 yards rushing, 92 yards passing, making a grand total of 188 total yards tonight for Carl Junction. Good job by Seneca's defense on that side of the ball. Now switching gears, going to Seneca's offense. Caden Klaus was 2 of 6 for 70 yards and 2 passing touchdowns, 1 interception. On the ground tonight, Tyrone Harris, 3 rushing attempts for 86 yards. Roman Miller, 9 rushing attempts for 56 yards. Probert, 4 rushing attempts for 126 yards. Klaus, 8 rushing attempts for 115 yards. Laughlin, 3 rushing attempts for 32 yards. Silas Ball, 1 rushing attempt for 9 yards. Hagen Ginger, the 2 receptions for 70. Both of his receptions went for touchdowns. Probert had 3 touchdowns tonight. Roman Miller had a touchdown tonight. And Klaus and Laughlin each had a touchdown tonight as well. So for your Indians, 383 yards on the ground, 70 yards through the air for a total of 453 yards.
It's not bad. Not a bad night at the
I'm a little disappointed.
At the offense.
They didn't quite make it to their average on the season for rushing yards per game.
We might have to do some extra sprints at
Yeah. We're going to send it back real quick, and when we come back, we'll have the Final Drive Scoreboard Show sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
Are you the cup half empty person? Or is the cup half full? Honestly, it's easy for each of us to grumble and complain at times about circumstances or people in our life. Can a negative person become more positive? The answer is yes. God's attributes are love, joy, peace, and the list goes on. The Bible describes these qualities as the fruit of God's Spirit living within us. These qualities don't come naturally, but are the results of having a relationship with God. Maybe you've tried to be positive in your own strength, but were tired of trying to keep up a facade. Jesus Christ died on the cross to provide forgiveness and hope. Through faith in Christ, we enter a relationship with God. Start a new and positive journey in your life through Christ. Call 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us at chataboutjesus.com.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or therapists can help you get back in the game. Now, let's go back live to the stadium for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network.
And welcome into the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Let's go through their Big 8 conference scores tonight. We had a close one in McDonald County. McDonald County leading Aurora 28-27 in the fourth quarter. Monette look like they're going to get their second win on the season over East Newton right now, 38-20. That's East Newton's homecoming, so looking to play spoiler there. Mount Vernon able to hold on, gets 8 points in the fourth quarter to edge Cassville 35-28 tonight at Mount Vernon. Seneca, again, you're victorious tonight, 56-7 over Carl Junction. And Nevada winning the Silver Tiger Bowl over Lamar 20-19.
That's the first time they've won it since Nevada joined the Big 8 again. In the COC, Republic kicks a late field goal to beat Webb City 15-13. Lebanon over Ozark 42-21. Neosho beats Willard 49-14. Glendale over Waynesville 45-20. Carthage kicks a late field goal to beat Joplin 23-20. And last night, Nixa beat Kickapoo 48-13.
In the Ozark Mountain Conference, Hillcrest over Logan Rogersville 23-7. That's in the fourth quarter. Bolivar over West Plains tonight 14-3. That's at the half. And Branson over Marshfield 49-7.
In the Mid-Lakes Conference, Stratford beating Hollister 56-12 in the third quarter. Fairgrove beats Springfield Catholic 43-7. And in a battle for the number 2 seed in Seneca's district, Forsyth beats Reed Spring 40-14. And let me see, there was not any scores from last night.
Moving over to the Southwest Conference, Sarcoxy over Miller. That's in the fourth quarter, 28-22. Lighthouse Christian trailing Diamond in the fourth quarter, 34-30. Ash Grove over Skyline, 34-14 tonight. Marionville over Pierce City, 36-12. And Stockton over Sherwood, 57-14.
8-man and independent scores. New Heights Christian is beating Plattsburgh 60-28 in the fourth. Greenfield beats Jasper 48-6. Lockwood blanks Liberal 63-0. And over in Kansas, Pittsburgh beats Paola 42-14.
We're going to take a quick break here. We'll wrap up the Final Drive Scoreboard Show and things from Carl Junction right after this.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome back into the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And the SEK Conference, Christ Prep over Coffeyville at the half, 17-7. Chanute over Independence, 41-8 tonight. That's a final. Frontenac over Parsons, 21-0. That's a final. And the Beck County over Fort Scott, 16-14.
In the CNC, Columbus over Baxter in the fourth quarter, 54-30. Riverton beating Galena at the half, 14-8 is the last score we got. Girard beats Iola 28-23. Frontenac blanks Parsons 21-0. St. Mary's Colgan blanks Uniontown 56-0.
And now down to Oklahoma. Salina over Commerce 41-0. That's a third quarter score. Grove over Cushing, second quarter 28-21. And Wagoner over Miami 56-13. And we'll go back up as a final in the Big 8 Conference tonight. McDonald County winning over Aurora 28-27. That was a big game there.
Homecoming there and first win for Matt County.
Yeah, Matt County getting their first win, very crucial for them. Also looking back up to see if we have a final between East Newton and Monette. Not final yet, but it is 38-20 in favor of Monette in the fourth quarter. That's going to do it for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Special thank you to Danny Moore for getting all those scores together for us. Luke Taylor running the camera for us this evening, doing an excellent job. We sure appreciate him filling in tonight. As Landon's helping out with the hurricane relief, setting utility poles, linemen out in North Carolina and Florida right now. We certainly want to wish him well and safe travels for him. So for Luke, Daniel, Ben, Coach Harbaugh, I'm Seth Wilson saying so long from Carl Junction Stadium here tonight as the Indians win this one 56-7. Join us next week. It'll be homecoming as the Indians host the Mustangs from McDonald County here on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
You've been listening to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or a therapist can help you get back in the game. Join us again after the game next week as we will once again bring you all the latest scores right here on the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for eternity.